from the Parade Ice Garden. It is 12 Sports coverage of championship hockey. Hi, welcome everybody. Along with Dan Fick and I'm Joe Molina. Tonight it's the Section 2A championship game between the Breck Mustangs and the Delano Tigers. And tonight, Dan, it's a matchup of two very hot teams. Both teams coming into this season very strong, 9-1 in their last 10 games, each of them riding winning streaks and playing some pretty darn good hockey this season.
One thing you can say about both these teams, they're both very young, is that they're sophomore laden. But consistency. They've been playing very well overall. You can tell by their stats and all that bit. So basically, we're going to see who breaks tonight.
For the Breck Mustangs, they come in as the favorite and the number one seed. Previous to last year, they won 5 section championships, made 5 trips to the state tournament under Coach Larson. Last year, his 6th season, the only year they've missed the state tournament. They got tripped up after coming in very hot, but lost 2-1 to Orono. They have to have that in the back of their minds a little bit here tonight, considering what happened last year.
Oh, I think so. All of a sudden, you don't take it for granted. You know, it'd be easy to do after you win 5 in a row, but he said, we're here on a business trip. This is not, a light game. This is for the Marbles to go to state tournament, and that's the goal of this Breck program. They want to contend for a state crown. If they don't, their season's not, it's a failure.
And Dan, you mentioned the youth of that Breck program. This is a team that, the state tournament is not old hat to them. It's a young crew that probably hasn't had a lot of state tournament experience. So as the Mustangs have been to the state tournament, these players have not. They're hungry for it.
No, and Joe, they know it too. I mean, this is a tradition of Breck, and you may not have participated, but you well know it. You can tell by the alumni in the stands tonight that this is a big thing, and it's a burden, and it's also a joy to be part of this program. So this is really a part of them, and they want to prove their mark in the Breck program that they got there and contended for a state championship.
When you go to Breck, you go for these types of games. You try to go to the state tournament. It has become a tradition at the Breck Mustangs. For Delano, they've never been to the state tournament, but they are enjoying their best season ever. 23 wins this year and knocking on the doorstep of the school's first trip to state.
Very, very nice team. Again, sophomore laden. Averaged over 5 goals a game this year, 13-1 in conference. Played a pretty good schedule. Went up to Duluth and played in the Hilltopper Classic over Christmas. Get himself season 4, played East Grand Forks. They've played a pretty good schedule. They've taken a step up now, and it's the sophomores that are leading them. They are a contender. They are going to give the Mustangs a game tonight. Mustangs better not take them for granted because they can get after. They're fast, and they're big from the looks of them. Oh, my gosh.
In Delano, this is a team and a game that they have had circled on their calendar, a goal to get here, but now trying to get past it. For the last 2 years, the Mustangs have beat Delano in the playoffs and knocked them out of contention. And they also opened up early this year with a 6-1 loss. Revenge definitely on their mind here and some familiarity from seasons past.
Well, after talking with the coaches there for Delano, too, that game was the second game of the season for them. So that's so far in the history, they don't even care about it. They're a better hockey team. They know they've gotten better all year. They think they can contend with this Breck Mustang team. They're not putting themselves in second place at all. They think they can win it and win their very first trip to state right now. And I think they're right.
All right, it's going to be a great game. The Delano fans have been here since 5 o'clock, 2 hours early here tonight, starting the chants, and the parents are already pacing. It's a nervous night here tonight, but it's championship hockey, and we're going to drop the puck next on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
Welcome back to the packed Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis for Section 2A championship hockey. The Breck Mustangs, the number 1 seed, and the Delano Tigers, the number 2 seed.
Getting a good look at number 29, Tyler Rizzardi here, the goaltender for the Tigers. 21 4-0 in regular season, 2.09 GAA. .918 save percentage. He's going to have to be good tonight. The senior's going to have to lead the Tigers against this powerful Breck Mustang team. And then the other side, Stephen Hedrick, 18-7-0 regular season, 1.32 goals against, and a .931 save percentage. And both goalies actually have improved during the playoffs here, so very important elements for their teams. Just about ready to drop the puck here.
Adam Escalon to take the draw for the Tigers in the black uniforms, orange trim, and the Breck Mustangs with their top unit out there to begin the game in the white home uniforms as Breck dumps it in and goes on the forecheck immediately down into the corner. Goes Grant Parrish with a good thundering check on the forecheck. Puck trickles back to the point. Now it's dumped right back down into the corner. Gaining control down there is Will Blake. Blake pinning it up against the boards. Puck pops loose now, and a shot on goal. Early save made as the Mustangs get the first scoring chance of the night off the stick of Grant Parrish. Breck continuing the forecheck now as the Tigers finally gain control. It's Eskel of the center for the Tigers, rings it around the left side, tipped to center by the left winger, and now tossed right back in as the Mustangs go for an early line change. Ben Myers skates the puck out for Delano, crosses the blue line, sends it across ice. Now it's scooped up at center ice, brought into the zone. Here comes a chance for the Tigers as losing the handle there was John Keranen as he entered the zone. Keranen's the hero for the Tigers that scored the third and winning goal against Orono in the section semifinals midway through the third period.
And this is a strong line for the Tigers right here. This one with the Keranens and Ben Meyer, they have been tremendous leaders all season. Ben Meyer's hitting a 52-pointer this year.
Shot from the point gets blocked out in front by Paulson, one of the leading defenders for the Mustangs. That's Weigel who tips it around the far side. Gamer waits for it. His cross ice pass too far there for Maklik, but the Tigers go back to get it inside their zone. And here comes Delano up the middle. It's John Keranen to the near side for Daniel Keranen. Puck goes into the corner. Daniel Keranen after it. Looks for Myers, but puts that one in his skates. So Nate Myers goes back to retrieve it. He dumps it back in. And out to stop the puck is Steven Hedrick for the Mustangs. Now a shot tipped wide there of the net as Daniel Keranen was looking for the deflection. And puck gets sent out to center ice now. The Tigers go D to D. Lina dumps it all the way into the Mustang zone, and a late icing call called here on Delano, as I think the referee's trying to settle things down a little bit too. I think they kind of missed that for a moment as we take a look at the Delano head coach, Garrett Van Bergen, a native of Rockford. And in his first year as the head coach of Delano, has them in their best position ever to get to the state tournament. Most wins in school history this season. Breck off the faceoff gets a shot from the point, but the shot from Lidstrom hits traffic in front, and here comes the Tigers. Carl Peterson skates it in. Peterson got caught at the half wall, dumps it back down into the corner. And now skating it out there is Breck's Nick Strom. Strom pass up through center. It was deflected there by Austin Heidemann. Now tipped back into the zone as Breck goes on the forecheck. Husband lays a check on the defenseman for the Tigers as he takes down Oja. And now Delano with the puck at the neutral zone. Can't quite get the puck deep into the Breck zone as it's dumped by Lidstrom off the near wall. And this one will be icing as Lidstrom hadn't quite gained the red line. So a face-off coming back down inside the Breck zone as we take a look at the head coach of the Breck Mustangs.
Notre Dame alumni Les Larson had a tremendous year, 7th year. He's been to the state tournament 5 times in those 7 years, and he missed it last year, and he put these kids on a mission. They want to go back. Well, so far, both coaches holding true to their words. They're both playing a third line tonight, getting their young kids' season in a really, really big, important game. For some of them, this is the biggest game they've played in their lives, and playing well. Both teams going back and forth.
I won't lie to you. I've called a lot of big games and been to a lot of section championship games. I'm having a hard time hearing the whistles here tonight. It's pretty loud. There was an offsides call there, right there, that I did not hear the whistle of as Parrish entered the zone, and I think the entire Breck Mustangs team did not hear the whistle as well as they continued to play on there for a moment. Now Oja swings it around the near side. Puck gets played up the near wall. Trickles out to the point. Weigel puts a shot right on, and he saw it cleanly as Tyler Rizzardi, who we all said has to be huge tonight, makes a big one right there.
Stayed right on it, didn't lose focus. Good positioning here. Comes out to the Breck D. Kind of make a look at pass, and then he took a shot real quick, but Rizzardi never moved off to the side. He stayed centered on it and on top of his crease.
Weigel's shot from the point, hits traffic in front. Now a backhander right there, just missed wide. As Tyler Scott turned and fired. Gamer in there on the forecheck, now pinned up against the boards. Gets some help from Scott. Scott plays it along the wall to Macklett. Macklett puts it right back down in the corner for Gamer. Gamer trying to kick it free, but Delano wins that battle. Nice pinch in by Weigel as he throws it towards the net. It gets blocked out front, and it's Nate Myers now with it. Up the left wing. Myers on the second attempt still can't get the puck out. Now it's banked off the boards by Ben Myers and out of the zone. Breck takes up as they go right back in on the forecheck. Nate Myers back to get it now for Delano. Myers plays it to his defensive partner, Nathan Peterson. Now it's Ben Myers back to Nate Myers. Nate Myers banks it hard off the far wall. Waiting for it there was John Karanen. And up into the zone on a 1-on-3 was Ben Myers. Lost his edge. And Breck plays the puck back out to center now. With it is Peterson. Peterson will flip it into the zone as Delano completes a line change. Weigel back to get it for the Mustangs. Weigel, his pass there into the skates of Breitenfeld. Breitenfeld was the star of a game we did earlier this year on Channel 12 between the Mustangs and the Eagles. Breitenfeld had a goal and a couple assists, and Chase Ellingson had a hat trick in that game over the Eagles.
Boy, nasty deflection by a Delano defenseman there. Wasn't sure where the puck was and almost deflected it right into his own goal. He's already had to be on top of it, or that could have been an easy one for the Mustangs.
Already a 5-0 shots on goal edge for the Mustangs. It's been Breck really getting after Delano here in this first period. Breck, something that was talked about this season is they outshoot 99% of their opponents. They put a lot of shots on goal, and they do a great job of keeping the puck out of their end. Here comes Ellingson into the zone. Down the right wing. Ellingson puts it right on. Rebound! And it gets cleared aside. To the point it goes. Strom dumps it right back down into the corner. Cycling down low, looking for a centering feed. No one home there. Now it's Strom dumping it right back down. Strom with a second chance there. His shot gets deflected up and out of play by one of the Delano Tigers players. And a happy whistle for Delano.
See Ellingson coming in, your leading scorer for the Mustangs. Comes in and gets a shot that he's already had trouble controlling. Slipped up for the rebound, but he stayed on top of it. But Joe, we were talking to Coach Van Bergen, and he's talking about how much they block shots in the Tiger end, and they certainly have shown that. That could be easily 9 or 10 shots on goal with just the blocks that their D and their forwards have had.
Weigel dumps it right back down into the zone behind the goal. Ellingson kicks it from a skate to a stick. Now to the point it goes. A shot right on, and again, Rizzardi makes a big save for Delano. Already 7 saves. And we're only about 5 minutes and 39 seconds into this game.
Yeah, I think we were talking to Coach Larson of the Mustangs earlier. He said the biggest problem he had all year was the beginning of the season. They couldn't score. And now they're looking like a team that can score. They're really rifling it, and they look like a team that means business. This is a business trip for them. They're really putting a heavy forecheck on the Tigers.
And another puck goes out of play. It's almost like Delano's, the underdog in a big heavyweight battle, and they're just trying to kind of get a couple of licks here early on, and maybe eventually they'll catch their breath. But Breck just keeps on coming right and left and right and left. That's the thing about the Mustangs is I think some teams wonder when it's going to let up. Sometimes Breck actually doesn't let up.
No, they tend not to. They're a good hockey team, but Delano is a good team here, and this line here, or part of it can help break it up a little bit for them. But they're going to have to do something to break this pressure. They might fly somebody out of the zone early, get that defense to back off, because Breck D is pinching hard. They're staying on top of it.
Here come the Mustangs. Charlie Gamer out of the zone, dumps into the corner as Breck happy to go right back on the forecheck where they've really generated some chances here tonight early. Macklett plays it to the point. Penalty upcoming here on the Tigers. We talked about Delano's going to have to play disciplined hockey here tonight. They took 4 penalties in the semifinals against Orono, but Orono was 0 for 4 on the power play. They're not going to be so fortunate against Breck. Breck comes into this game having been very successful early on, 50% on the power play in this section, as you see the penalty there behind the play.
I'd say that was holding, Joe. I guess that wasn't a real hard call to make. Breck right now running at about 24% in their power play, 21 for 89 during the regular season. They've had a good power play.
Chase Ellingson, number 8 for Breck, leads all scorers on the power play this season. 6 of his 21 goals have come on the power play as the puck gets put on goal there and a fight for it in front. Good defensive effort from Jeff Linna. And now Delano's able to clear it out. It goes off the stick of Lidstrom. Lidstrom's going to be called for the high sticking as he touches it here, and that's going to be a face-off down in the Delano zone. So one thing that's always key, I think, when you're an underdog and you can't get rid of the pressure inside your own zone is how well you do on offensive zone face-offs. If you can generate some offense during those opportunities, absolutely, that can really make a difference as well.
Yeah, people, face-offs are so underrated. Now, the pros get it and the colleges get it, but sometimes in high school they don't, and it is key. And although Delano, pretty good penalty kill, 81%, 12 of 65 throughout the year. That's a good one. If you're 80%, you're doing all right.
Here come the Mustangs back on the attack on the power play here. Shot there, missed wide. Ellingson's going to be there to track down the rebound, though. Ellingson along the near wall, gets it taken away. A good job defensively by John Karanen as he's able to clear the zone. 1:10 to go now in the opening power play of this game. Lidstrom skates it up ice. Gives it off to Blake. Blake loses it. And Jeff Linna comes over. Can't clear it out of the zone quite yet. Now Delano regains control. They're going to try to see if they can get some offense. As Ben Meyer brings it in, he gets rubbed off the puck nicely by Lidstrom. And Lidstrom gets it back now. One of the captains of this Mustang team plays it off the boards ahead for Ellingson. Ellingson chases after it, can't catch it. Now Ben Meyer turns and fires it the length of the ice. Just 35 seconds to go now on the power play for the Mustangs. Pretty good kill so far from the Tigers.
The Mustangs have not really mounted a real effective attack here. The Tigers have really kept them off balance a little bit and done a good job. Real key kill for them. They could get some momentum and confidence off this penalty kill.
Strom walks the puck to the middle, tried to go to the far corner with it, had it knocked down. Good defensive effort by the Tigers, sending it all the way down there by Daniel Karanen. Paulson behind the goal for Breck. One last rush here on the power play. Macklett back to Paulson, back to Macklett. Down the left wing. And the power play is over now for the Mustangs. Delano kills off the first one, a key one right there. Now the puck trickles to the point. Strom, his shot gets blocked. Strom skates after it to the far side of the rink. Breck will dump it right back into the Delano zone here and try to regroup. Nathan Peterson plays it up, tipped into the zone as Delano goes on the forecheck. Paulson behind the goal now as Weigel reversed it to him. Paulson skates it to the middle, looks up the right wing for it, finds Heidemann, who dumps it to the near side there. Chasing after it is Blake. Blake goes down in the corner. Delano gains control, plays it up the wall, now across the center of the ice to get the puck out. Lidstrom skates it and dumps it back in for Breck. And here come the Tigers back into the zone, down the left wing. Good feed right there, centering feed, and they tried to find a streaking Tiger who was going to the net, and Brady Miller on the nice feed from Brian Hallinan, but they couldn't quite connect. Now Hallinan comes back into the play. Brian Hallinan gets around one Mustang, into the zone he goes. 2 on 4 though, as he turns and centers it and has it taken away. Lidstrom and the Mustangs, good job getting back in a hurry as they broke up that rush. Now Nate Myers back to get it for Delano. Gives it off to Oja. Oja back to Myers in the corner. Back to Oja. Oja will swing it around the near side of the boards. Paulson pinches there for Breck, keeps it in momentarily. As you had mentioned, Dan, Breck's defenders playing very aggressive at their offensive blue line here tonight.
They're doing everything they can to pinch and keep the pressure on here, hopefully to wear the Tigers down.
Lahman with it. Lahman gets away from the forechecker, gets to the red line, but he's engaged in a hurry there as Gamer picks his pocket. Here comes Gamer into the zone. A nice little feed right there. Shot on goal. And a chance in front. Good look and chance there from Tyler Scott off the feed from Gamer. Now Nate Myers loses it. Down below Macklett. Gave it off to Gamer. Gamer got checked. A big hit there behind the goal. Delano going to have to be physical here to slow down the Mustangs. They're doing a decent job of it, but the Mustangs have just had so much puck possession here early on in this game. It's given them trouble. Ben Myers across center ice, gets engaged there, and they get it into the zone, but not deep enough.
The Mustangs, Joe, are really getting it deep inside the Tiger zone. They're not letting them have anything on the half boards or up high. It's just down low, and they keep attacking it.
Shot from Austin Heidemann, who's been one of the heroes of the section playoffs for Breck, got blocked in front. 4 goals, 3 assists in the playoffs for Heidemann. He only had 8 goals in the regular season. He has 4 in the playoffs. Puck gets played back down into the corner. Nick Strom with it. Swings it up to the near side. Breitenfeld plays it out to center. Now it's Paulson with it. Paulson slowing things down a little bit. Gives it off to his defensive partner, Nick Strom. Strom to center with it. And in they come as Carter Breitenfeld comes into the zone. Didn't have much of an advantage there, but put a shot on net, which was deflected and went weakly on goal as Rosardi covers up for a face-off inside the Delano zone.
Rosardi has no complaints about seeing puck. Boy, he's been seeing a lot of puck so far tonight. I think, too, Joe, you got to look at the schedules. I think Breck plays a little bit of a tougher schedule than Delano does. I think that's brought some experience here in this end of the playoffs or the sections in these big games. Breck's been there playing the big teams. Delano, not so much.
You know, Delano plays a very good Class A schedule. Breck plays an elite Class A schedule and mixes in some of the best Double-A teams in the state.
Yep.
A chance there for Delano in front as Adam Escola got the puck in the slot.
Offside.
We're going to have offsides. Ellingson entered the zone behind the puck. He takes up, though. And here come the Tigers with Oja skating it across center ice. Oja gets it poked off his stick as he entered the zone. Breck protecting that defensive blue line very nicely right now, making it hard for every entry on the Tigers. As now Oja turns and fires at the length of the ice, and that's going to be icing on Delano. Face-off coming back inside the Delano zone. 4:55 to go in this scoreless first period, but it's been all Breck in terms of zone and puck possession.
Well, so far we've seen Breck really spread it out. They're going with 3 lines continually and just keeping the pressure up on all 3 lines. And pretty much all 5 skaters are touching the puck here, Joe, as they get in that zone one way or the other. They move it back and forth and up and down really well.
We should mention, you know, this Breck team has a few more losses on its schedule than Delano, but plays a much more dubious schedule. And let's face it, when this Breck team makes it to state, they're going to be ranked as one of the top 3 teams at the tournament. They are, in my mind, one of the favorites to win it all.
Well, let's see those losses. St. Thomas Academy, St. Paul Academy was a very good team this year. East Grand Forks, defending champion. Duluth Marshall, all really good hockey teams.
Yeah, you look up and down their schedule. They don't have a stinker this year. They don't have a bad loss on their schedule. Shot in foot. And they avenged the one St. Paul Academy loss, came back and made up for that one. Macklett puts it on goal, and a rebound sat there for a second, but Rosardi played it quickly into the corner. Now Ben Myers loses it, and Tyler Scott comes away with it. Macklett behind the net, racing after the puck, keeping it alive for Breck. Delano. A little errant pass there, but Ben Myers will skate after it on the far side. Now crosses center ice. Backhands it into the Breck zone, allowing Delano to get that line change they so dearly needed. And Weigel plays it now over to Paulson. Paulson skating away from the Delano forecheck. Delano only forechecking with 1 Tiger at that time. And now a shot there gets deflected into the corner. His husband was looking to put one on goal from the left slot. Fight for the puck as both players digging for it there in the corner. And Delano comes away with it. Nice rush up ice. Here comes Gabe Hallinan. His shot misses wide. Into the far corner it goes. Now to the point. Delano keeps it in. Paulson catches that one out of midair, then plays it high off the glass and out of the zone. Delano catches it at center ice, and paying the price as he dumped it back in was Jeff Linna, as he got dumped at center ice on that check. And here comes Josh Strom bringing to the zone, but Breck's going to be offsides here as the Mustangs draw the whistle. 2:42, out shooting the Tigers right now by a margin of 10-1 here in this game.
Really kind of curious. I haven't seen too much of the Kiernans this period, and I'm wondering what's going on. The second and third leading scorers from the Delano team, they really haven't played that much in this period. I wonder if there's an injury there.
I just think it's one of those things where they're out there, they're just playing defensive hockey at this point. You don't really notice them as much when they're playing on the defensive side of the puck. Puck gets dumped back into the zone. Nate Myers back to retrieve it. Plays it nicely to his partner, Oja. Delano turns it over there at the neutral zone. They have to tag up here before they dump it right back in. Strom's going to chase it down on the far side for Breck. Tried to tip it out of the zone. Strom gets it back now, plays it back to his partner Nick Strom. And Ellingson will dump it in. Ellingson takes the hit there from behind. No call there. Breck wanted one. Into the corner it goes now. Blake after. Blake gets double teamed and taken down behind the net. Couple of big hits there. Blake looked to the referee, maybe wondering if there should have been a call. Delano chips it to center there and out of the zone. Race for the puck there. After it goes Escala. Escala goes down and it causes a turnover. Ben Myers had a chance but had it kicked off his stick. The leading scorer for Delano nearly had a mini breakaway, but the puck got poked away. Now here come the Mustangs. Centering feed, nobody there. Gamer chases it down. His centering feed gets denied, pushed back into the corner. The Tigers may not be matching the Mustangs in offensive zone pressure and scoring chances, but they're doing a good job physically in their own defensive zone. Good check there by John Karanen taking the Mustang down. Game's gotten a little bit rough here in the last minute. And a shot right there gets deflected wide as Lahman was looking for a chance for the Tigers. Now icing coming up here on Breck. I think the physical play for Delano seemed to maybe have frustrated Breck in that last shift, and we'll see if that does anything here in this final minute of play.
A little bit. We'll see if they can keep it up here. Opportunity here now for Delano. They haven't had too many faceoffs down in the Mustang zone. That's going to make those faceoff wins, as we talked about earlier, that much more important.
Daniel Karanen takes the draw, wins it for the Delano, but Breck was able to win the race to the puck, and now they're able to dump it in. That should be icing on Breck. Yep. Just short of the red line there as Austin Heidemann had dumped it into the zone.
Well, in a way, that's almost a win for Delano there because it goes right back down there.
.15 seconds to go, or 50 seconds rather, as Daniel Karanen will take the faceoff again for the Tigers against Husband for Breck. Plays down into the corner. Paulson after it, gets a takeaway by Karanen. Centering feed and a chance, and just missing wide there was Hallinan. Oja's shot from the point goes down into the corner off the knee pad of Husband. Now puck goes down into the Delano zone. Again, icing on the Mustangs.
Nice setup here, coming back up, a triangle set up, and got it back out just to the right of the left of the slot. And a good shot gotten out, but missed the net.
Delano has had a couple of shots now from the slot where they've just missed the net, and with as little of shots as they're getting here tonight, they're going to have to be a little bit more accurate.
Well, at least you want to make the goalie work at it a little bit. He hasn't seen too many pucks. Put some on him, see what he can do with it.
Brad Parrish gets dumped now as he got the puck out of the zone. Physical game right now as hitting on both sides as Lidstrom laid out Adam Escala for the Tigers. Now Lidstrom, 10 seconds to go. Pass up the neutral zone. Here comes Ellingson. 5 seconds. Ellingson looking to score at the end of the period. We've seen him do it before on Channel 12. Center field, Lidstrom rips one just wide.
Woo. Golden opportunity there by the Mustangs. Just missed the net off on that point shot that was down deep. Golden opportunity for them. A good way for them to end the period here.
Well, a 0-0 game after one period of play. The Mustangs, with all that offensive zone pressure and all that hard work, have nothing to show for it on the scoreboard. We'll break it down. We'll look at some first period stats and highlights. You're watching Championship Hockey on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
At the Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis, along with Dan Ficken, it's Joe Moline here, and it's been an exciting 17 minutes of hockey. A lot of it to our left here in the Breck zone, as the Mustangs put a lot of pressure on early in this game, but Tyler Rizzardi has been up to the test. There's a chance for Chase Ellingson, gets a good shot on, chases his own rebound, but One thing Rosario's done is right there, Dan, controlled his rebounds and then kicked him away when he hasn't been able to cover up. Delano does have a couple of chances. They got the puck to the goal mount a couple times, but Breck's defense has really been up to the test. Here comes another good chance for the Mustangs. One shot and done, though, is kind of the story in that first period. Not a lot of good rebound opportunities. There you go, quick clear as Breck puts another shot on goal. And Delano, one thing we kind of picked up on there is they're missing the net a little bit. They're only getting a couple of chances in that period, and they missed the net. Physical play picked up, though, as that period went on. Delano really started throwing the bodies around. You can see it right here. And then it's Lidstrom, a blistering slap shot as time expired in that first period, a shot that he certainly would like back. He was trying to pick that top left corner. Shots on goal, very dominant in Breck's favor, 10-1. You see the penalties. Delano took one in that period, killed off the power play very nicely, and the scoring chances 5-2. There's your first period highlights and stats. One period in the books. It's championship Thursday night here at the Parade Ice Garden, and we'll be right back for more hockey here on 12 Sports. At the Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis, along with Dan Ficken, I'm Joe Moline at Section 2A Championship Hockey. The Breck Mustangs, your home team in white, the number 1 seed. The Delano Tigers, the number 2 seed, looking for its first trip to the state tournament in school history. Breck trying to get back after a 1-year absence and previously going 5 years in a row.
I think there are a couple state championships in there, Joe.
One in this generation, and then, of course, there's the Blake Wheeler one back about 8, 9, 10 years ago.
Yep. I think really important key. Delano's got to get physical with the Mustangs. They've got to start slowing them down and not letting them have control as much as they have with the puck. And the way they can do that is physically hit them. Just get in their way and let them know that we're coming.
Face off inside the Breck zone now. And taking the draw will be Adam Escala for the Tigers against Blake for Breck. Escala pulls it back to his defender, but the shot gets blocked by traffic in front of the goal. Back behind now, Escala retreats, gets hit as he tried to feed that to a line mate of his. And now Breck comes away with it. It's Lidstrom skating it up, gives it up to Blake on the left wing. Blake down the side, drops it for Lidstrom. Lidstrom tries to center it. He took a check on that feed attempt by Brady Miller to the left slot. Ellingson puts a shot on goal. Out of the point it goes. Weigel plays it right back down into the corner. Escala reverses it to the other side. Turnover there as Blake plays it to the point for Weigel. Weigel skates it to the middle, gives it back to Blake. Blake's shot hits a skate of the defender of the Tigers. Now behind the goal it goes. Scooped up by Blake. Now Blake gets a pass in front from Ellingson. Goes into the corner. Nice play by Osseo to bank it off the boards there. And give it off to Escala. Escala avoids a check. Gets it across center. Escala into the zone. Has his pocket picked from behind on a nice back check. And here comes the Mustangs of the way. 2-on-2 through center. Ellingson to the slot. Shot. And goes off a skate and up and out of play as Ellingson brought it to the middle nicely. But a good defensive effort there from the two guys back for the Tigers.
And again, a lot of too much running around for the Mustangs in that last run, even before they had that last rush, creating some opportunities, not taking the body. Coach Larson not looking too ruffled there.
Breck wins the face-off, back to the point for Paulson. Paulson decides not to shoot, gives it to Gamer. Gamer plays it back down in the corner. Tyler Scott goes on the forecheck, gets played up the wall. John Kiernan waits for it. Kiernan, his feed gets denied. And now the puck trickles to center there as Josh Strom will dump it right back in. Back to get it now is Peterson for Delano. Nice centering feed there on the breakout to Lahman. Lahman gets it knocked off his stick at center. And Breck dumps it right back in. Back to get it again now is Peterson swings it to the far side, goes back right down into the corner. Gamer tips it back behind the goal. Scott on the forecheck there, but Delano will get the puck to the line and out. Ben Meyer's backhand pass attempt through center gets denied, but now it's picked up by Peterson. He'll dump it in on goal, and Hedrick decides to cover for a face-off inside the Breck zone.
Well, I like to see Tigers spread it out a little bit more, try to stretch the rink a little bit. Boy, I tell you, those Breck D, I mean, they're really fighting to stay inside that red line, Joe, and they're just really not giving that territory up. It's going to take somebody stretching it, coming across, or even behind them to get them to break off that pressure and maybe open it up a little bit.
We noticed this in the Tino Grace game, too. Their defensemen are such good skaters that they can take chances that normal defensemen can't.
Yeah.
They really defend the lines well, and that's something that, at the high school level, you don't see that often. And it's a really good skill learned at higher levels, and NHL especially. But Breck does an outstanding job doing it here tonight. Puck trickles on goal now as Rosardi covers, and now we'll have a face-off with 14:20 to go here in the second period. Scoreless game between Delano and Breck, and you think that if you're Delano, a low-scoring game with it coming down the wire is exactly what they want.
Well, the good news here, number 29 in between them pipes is looking really sharp tonight. He's made some good saves, good position, and he's not making it look tough. That's the difference. He's just in such good position, even though he's taking a lot of shots. He ain't working that hard. He knows what to do with the puck, and he's smothering when he has to, and it's making a lot of difference. He can carry them. He could steal one here if he keeps it close.
He swallows that one up on the shot from Lidstrom from the point as he got down low and found that puck through traffic in front.
Oh, I wonder if we're going to start seeing more of this. That Ellingson line out a little bit more than they were the first period.
Bouncing puck goes over the stick of Ellingson through center, dumped right back in by Strom. And now Peterson will rack it around the boards. Strom dumps it right back in, and Peterson retrieves it for the Tigers. Pass up off the far side wall. Here comes a chance. Oh, it skips just under the stick. Daniel Kiernan had some speed. Now here comes Parrish for the Breck Mustangs, but that entry, as he entered the zone, looked for the centering feed, and a good defensive play once again by Delano, and a face-off now upcoming in the Breck zone.
Chad Oshie here just kind of stayed in between, looking to get that stick down. He's big and tall, and he's got a long reach. Got his stick out there and stopped that pass coming across for a 2-on-1, and broke it up nicely and got the puck back down into the Breck zone for a face-off.
Coach Van Bergen had such good things to say about Oja.
Yeah.
Off the centering feed, a chance in front for Delano. Just waiting for it was Brady Miller, but it never made its way to number 20.
Well, it looked like Hedrick. I want to look at this again. I think Hedrick made a heck of a save here. It comes across. Yeah, it was down low. It did get on Hedrick. He made a nice come-across save for the Mustangs. That might be a big one. And he hasn't seen a lot of puck. Nice move. He got across there really nice. First serious threat by the Tigers here.
Lahman wins the faceoff. Shot from Ben Myers. Hit a defender in front of the goal, and here comes Breck down the other side. Macklett shot on goal and a kick save by Rosardi. Ben Myers down the right side, or streaking on the left side, looking for a feed there from his line mate. Now the puck sits out in front of the goal. To the point it goes. Nate Myers can't get a shot off. Here comes Macklett the other way. Macklett has Scott on his right side and just misfires. Puck goes down into the corner now. To the point. Held in at the point by Weigel. Nate Myers trying to clear it out. Gamer on the forecheck denied that pass. Now Delano's able to play the puck out of the zone. Paulson chasing it down for Breck. Paulson being harassed by John Karanen. Gamer tries to get the puck out. Has a stick lifted by Karanen, but Paulson coolly and calmly regains control. Gives it off now to Weigel. Weigel skates across center. Gets the puck knocked off his stick. Gamer turns, fires it down deep into the zone. And Oja is back to get it for Delano. Swings it around to the far side for Peterson. Peterson fakes the pass, gets away from a forechecker, flips it across to the near side. That's Gabe Hollonen into the middle. Nice move by Karanen, but just could never get the handle on it to pull the trigger as he was poked off the puck. Peterson loses it now in the corner. Delano wanted a penalty.
Breck might have got away with one there. Joy, it's fun watching both teams. Both have really good sets of D, and they're both playing very well tonight.
Peterson to the middle. Off the bench, he found Escala, but the pass was in his skates. He couldn't handle it. Now scooping it up is Gabe Hallinan. Hallinan's pinned up against the far side. Hallinan kicks it from his skates to his forehand, but then gets knocked down to the ice as the puck trickles just out into the neutral zone now. And scooping it up there is Heidemann. Heidemann entered the zone, but they're off sides, taking up quickly as they dump it back in. On the forecheck goes Breitenfeld. Breitenfeld centering feed just too far for Ellingson. Now Lidstrom's shot from the point. That one's blocked as Escala was able to get a knee pad on that one. Delano puts the puck out to center. Weigel looking for Lidstrom. Lidstrom doesn't win the race to the puck as Escala dumps it in, but Lidstrom dumped him after that clearing. Nice tip by Weigel. Tries to chase after it. Escala met him there, though, and won the race to the puck. Shot taken by Brian Hallinan as he entered the zone, and it got deflected off the back wall and then eventually covered up by Stephen Hedrick for Breck. And I'll tell you what, Delano's come out here to play in the second period a little bit.
Picked it up a little bit, haven't they? You betcha. A little bit more up and down, a little bit more battling for the puck here, and widening it out, doing a little more reversing in their own zone, not trying to force it up the one side all the time where Breck has been effective forechecking. They've been getting it reversed out and doing a nice job that way. And it's got some odd chances in the offensive zone because of it.
4-4 shots on goal here in the second period after Breck won the first period at 10-1 shots on goal. And Delano's definitely even it out here in the second. Gamer tips that puck into the Delano zone. Back to get it is Peterson. He swings it up the near side. Ben Myers had the puck knocked off his stick. Now getting it back there is John Kiernan. John Kiernan gets dumped as he crossed center. And Peterson banks it off the boards to the line. Breck dumps it right back in. Osseo back to get it for the Tigers. Osseo flips it through center, actually out of play. And a stoppage and a face-off coming back inside the Tiger zone.
Back going to the low-hanging roof there. I love this atmosphere in this arena, you know. It's just kind of close and comforted. There aren't some good sight lines here, but it's a cozy little place to watch a hockey game.
It kind of reminds you a little old school hockey, doesn't it? You just pack all these people into
yes,
the kind of pictures you see at old curling clubs in town as they pull one off the crossbar there on a chance from Carter Breitenfeld. Now Lidstrom has his shot blocked, and a chance by Heidemann, but Rizzardi makes a huge save for Delano.
Remember that save, folks. Remember that save. That was a big one.
Nate Myers now plays it back behind his goal. Delano trying to weather another Breck storm. Nice zone denial by Lidstrom, playing so well tonight, the defensive captain for the Mustangs.
You make one mistake on this defense, well, I tell you what, they hang out to dry. Look at that shot. Boy, just beat him. It just happened to hit the post. Coming back again. Here's another shot cut when it was blocked in front, but then an opportunity from the far side as the rebound went down. And Rizzardi there, boy, I'll tell you what, Rizzardi's playing a heck of a game tonight.
Coach Van Bergen told us before the game that his team blocks somewhere up around 25 shots per game as a team. The Tigers really committed to the defensive side of things, blocking that many shots. We've seen a number of them tonight.
Yeah, no kidding.
Breck has 15 shots on goal. They probably have about 10 or 15 or so blocked here this evening as well. Face off now inside the Breck zone, right in front of that Delano student section that's committed here to try to help its Delano team get over the hump and finally get past the Mustangs in the playoffs. Breck has knocked Delano out the last 2 years, last year in the section semis, 2 years ago in the section finals. Race for the puck inside the Delano zone. Osseo, with some help from Lina, won the race to the puck. Osseo trying to kick it up now along the boards, get some help from Brian Hallinan, who dumps the puck through center. Chasing after it goes Brady Miller for Delano, but Weigel wins the race for the Mustangs. Parrish sent it back around to the near side. And now Lina will dump it into Delano, or the Breck zone rather. Weigel on the breakout pass. Nice move by Ellingson to get away from the forecheck. Crosses center with some speed into the zone. Shot right on, and again swallowed up by Tyler Rizzardi.
Start calling him the black hole because the puck goes in there and it never comes back out again. He's been sharp, I'll tell you. He really has been.
He's already a 2.09 goals against average in the regular season, 2.5 in the playoffs. 91.8% save percentage in the regular season. Here comes Ben Myers, the leading scorer for Delano, into the zone, 1-on-2, gets pushed to the left side, centering feed. And Jesse Lawman couldn't get enough lumber on that one. Tyler Scott picks it up. Scott with some speed into the zone. Gets to his backhand, drops it nicely as Macklett just missed the goal. Now Ben Myers gets away from a forecheck. Nice little feed up ahead to Lawman. Lawman skates it right into the teeth of the defense, and the defense won that battle.
There's no surprise. And both teams, D, are not letting anything in the guts. Nothing in the guts. Everything's outside or wide.
Macklett misses again. Now Gamer just misses to the near post. Nice pinch by Lidstrom, keeping it deep inside the zone. Delano will swing it up the near wall. And the Tigers are able to break the puck as Peterson tips it forward, but Weigel transitions right back into the offense for Breck. Weigel tries to attack the defender, lost the puck, gets it right back on his stick, plays it back down into the corner. Waiting for it there is Husband. Husband and Breitenfeld tried to play catch there, but Husband wasn't on the same page, and here comes Delano with it as Myers plays the puck to center. Bad pass by Nate Myers, but he's going to get a second chance here, and this time he goes D to D. Over to Peterson. Peterson gets the puck out and into the Breck zone, where it's handled now by Lidstrom. Nice pass up ahead. Here comes Heidemann. Heidemann down the right side. Blocker save. There's the best chance at a rebound so far for Breck, but it caught Husband on his backhand. Here comes the Tigers the other way. Brady Miller played that one up to get away from the defender a little bit too far, then had to chase it down, where he was then double teamed. Now Escala tries to center. A second chance right in front. Miller again.
Oh, my golly gosh, there. I'll tell you what. There's just a mess in front of that Breck net. Oh. Boy, I tell you what, Delano with the best opportunity tonight. Good forecheck down low. Mistake here as a turnover came by. Delano gets it through, gets a shot on goal off the side, and then they start swarming and right in the slot. That's the first real good opportunity from the slot that we've seen. 2 shots there, and then, of course, you get it down low, and the Breck Mustangs really start falling on you big time.
Lidstrom, the defenseman for Breck, who's had an excellent game here tonight, made a big block in front of the goals. He went down and played his best impersonation of a goalie. Ellingson gets to the puck now on the near corner. Loses it though as Delano is able to play the puck up to the line and now out. Escala gets off Ellingson. Into the zone he goes. Backhander there as he ran out of steam. And the puck will go out of play now.
Boy, as Delano came through in that neutral zone, you see how many Breck players are there? 4 of them. And just stacked in a T. They weren't going to let him in anymore in that middle.
Well, the goals against average for the Breck goaltender, Steven Hedrick, is 1.32 in the regular season, but it's really a team goals against average. I mean, they are committed to the defensive end of the puck. I mean, these guys play excellent defense.
Yeah, but you look at the talent on D, too. As one thing Les Larson, he said to us very point blank in front of the game, he says his defense is really good. And it allows you to do something. That's how you can start scoring again, because you can let these forwards go without worrying about defensive responsibilities.
Nice pass by Paulson, just a little bit too far for Will Blake as he couldn't handle that pass. Almost a rush there for Delano. Hernan, but he got it taken away now. Here comes Josh Strom into the zone. Strom lost it. Macklett goes after it on the far side. Tries to dump it down in the corner. Goes to the point. Josh Strom will dump it right back down into the corner, holding steady on that blue line. Delano rakes it onto the near side. Paulson's able to put it right towards the net. Now Osseo swings it around to the far side. And it does end up clearing the zone as Nick Strom has to regroup for Breck. And the Mustangs will dump it back in. Osseo swings it around again to the far side. Peterson was waiting for it there. Tips it off the boards. Got around the defender, Lidstrom, but now Lindstrom gets it right back, sends it on net. Glove save made by Rizzardi, and he'll hang on for a face-off inside the Delano zone.
A little bit different strategy by Delano in the second period compared to the first. Just they want to get it outside the blue line. Just get it outside their zone. Outside their zone. Doesn't have to be far, but make Breck regroup so they can't get that persistent forecheck put together on him, and they got to split him up a little bit.
You know, the one thing I got to tell you, we're going to have to watch the fatigue level of these Delano defenders. They've played well here tonight, but they're only playing about 4 defensemen, and they're spending a lot of time in their zone. And every time you're getting forechecked the way that they're getting forechecked and working so hard for every clear, it really starts to wear you down.
Yep.
Here comes the Mustangs on the attack. Slap shot right on from Heidemann. And it got kicked into the corner. Fight for the puck on the far side. Husband on the forecheck. Husband turns, tries to get a stick on it. Just couldn't quite ever get the handle. And now here comes Peterson into the zone. Centering feed there. And who he was looking for was Gabe Hollenden, who got taken down. Referee's doing a good job, I think, of letting the play kind of go here tonight. There hasn't been any really blatant penalties not called, but they've let a little of the things that sometimes do get called go. That's appreciated. I think you want to see as little penalties as possible in a game like this.
No, let the kids decide the game. Let the kids decide the game.
Miller brings it into the offensive zone for Delano. Plays it back down into the corner. A centering feed there went all the way through and out of the zone, as Delano's going to have to come back into their own zone for that one. You see a rare shift out there for Andrew Cruz. We haven't called his name yet tonight. I told you about those defensemen getting tired.
Yep.
Number 9 for Delano, Cruz getting his first shift, I think, of the night here. Let's see how he holds up. Lidstrom skates the puck across center, down the left side. Cruz will be the one that's going to have to go engage him. Cruz and Lidstrom. Cruz definitely outsized. Little sophomore defenseman there, but holds up pretty nicely. Now the puck gets centered. And a nice job by the Tigers there, just getting the puck out. Hedrick comes out to play it. Long pass for Weigel as that one was behind Macklett, and Macklett couldn't get any of his Easton on that one to deny the icing. So face-off will come back down inside the Breck zone now. 3:22 to go in the second period. Still scoreless here in the Section 2A final.
Well, as you were talking earlier, Joe, the longer this game stays close, the more in favor of the Delano Tigers it is. And we got to start thinking that maybe Rosardi's going to start getting into the Mustangs' head here, is the way he keeps shutting them down.
Off the face-off, Breck swings it around to the far side. And here come the Mustangs into the zone. Shot right on. A good chance there from Scott. Here comes Delano back the other way into the zone. Lahman down, gets his shot blocked by Weigel. And the puck gets played to the line, held in by Peterson. Shot there, Weigel, I think, got a piece of that one as he blocked yet another one. Into the corner goes Paulson with it.
Oh, there was a smart play right there. Beautiful, just a take your time, don't force the issue, and out they come. Very nice play by the defense.
Paulson and Weigel play together so well.
Oh.
It's fun to watch. Ellingson has that puck skip under his stick on the far side, dumped right back in now by Strom. And back to get it now is Nathan Peterson. Peterson banks it off the glass into the neutral zone, where Paulson flips it right back into the Delano zone. Peterson waits for it there, plays it over to Osseo. Osseo with a long pass up to Carl Peterson, who tips it into the zone. And Strom has to go back and get it for Breck. He goes D to D, just barely out of the reach of the Delano forechecker, and now Strom gets it back on his stick. Paulson plays the puck through center. Now Paulson gets it back, banks it off the boards, tries to catch up to it, but couldn't win that race. Lina was there waiting for it. Daniel Karanen had the pucks taken off his stick, and now comes Lina once again. Lina gains the red line, dumps it into the far corner. Strom there to get it for Breck. Under 2 minutes to go in the second period. Breck out shooting Delano 20-8. And 10-7 here in the second period. No icing called there as Paulson's going to go back and get it. Goes behind his own goal, buying some time, finds Ellingson here at the neutral zone. Ellingson into the offensive zone. His pass is deflected, taken away there by Delano. Oh, and a pass just a little bit too long for Brady Miller, as he was going to have some ice in front of him.
This game's starting to turn a little bit, Joe. starting to turn a little bit. One thing I'm noticing, too, if you look at the ice, it's snowy on both ends. It's been up and down hockey this whole period here.
We've seen pretty clean line changes in the second period. You know, you always wonder how the second period's going to go with that long line change. They almost got Breck on a bad one there.
And I think there's been good pace to this period, though, too. We haven't seen a lot of whistles.
Brady Miller skates it across center, banks it off the boards. They'll go on the forecheck, him and Brian Hollonen. But Weigel wins the race, but takes a big hit as he delivered that pass. Here comes Lidstrom with it into the zone. Lidstrom down the right side, puts a shot right on. It's in!
Whoa, if I'm the Delano coach, I'm a little unhappy right now. And he is. Let's watch this. Let's see if that trickles in.
Oh, it's in all the way.
It is. No question. Oh, I don't know. That might not have been over the line. It might have been standing right on it. Remember, it's going to come all the way across.
The momentum of Rosardi, I think, eventually brought that puck into the net, though. Even if it wasn't in initially, when Rosardi goes back to land on it, I think he does end up on it. But I think it's fitting who gets this goal. And the one thing he's maybe questioning is the red light. I don't know if the red light behind the goal ever goes on. Let's watch the red light as well, if you can see it. He wants the one thing the Delano coach wants is a meeting between the referee and the goal judge.
And that makes sense. We saw that last week in one of the section games. We saw that where the goal judge came out and made a call on it.
Well,
okay.
In the NHL, we'd have a camera hanging from the top of the ceiling that would give us a good eye of that one. We just don't have it.
We ain't calling Toronto tonight.
So, on the positive side for Breck, Lidstrom gets the goal for the Mustangs, and he deserves it, man. He's had quite a first period.
No question.
Now Delano, one of the senior captains on a sophomore-heavy team, gets the goal for Breck. Under half a minute to go, though, and Delano trying to get back the equalizer. Big check on the near boards. And a penalty coming up on Ellingson. It'll be the Breck's first penalty of the night.
Ellingson going in for the Mustangs here. With 22 seconds left. Okay, that'll give Delano an opportunity here in the third period, too, to start on the power play also, if they don't score here.
Interference penalty on Ellingson. They're going to say that big check came a little bit too far after the puck had left. So 22.4 seconds to go in the second period. Delano with a chance to tie this one up as redo this face-off here as kick the Delano center out of the face-off circle. And in comes John Keranen to take the draw. Breck wins it and is able to send it all the way out of the zone, though. And back to get it is Lina for the Tigers. 10 seconds to rush the puck up ice. Lina gives it off to Keranen. Shot there, glove save made by Hedrick. With 1 second to go in the period, he'll hang on. So we'll have one last face-off inside the Breck zone.
Yeah, good move. Coach Van Bergen is pulling the goalie, get an extra attacker out there.
Delano pulls their goaltender, gets a sixth player on the ice. Ben Meyer comes on. They charge the net, but are not able to get anything towards the net. And Delano's got to be careful. That could be a penalty there.
Yeah, it could.
Boy, I tell you what, Chad Oja lined up there at a forward position. He's a big, physical, strong kid, and might have got away with a little bit of interference himself. It would have been his second trip to the penalty box here tonight, but gets away with it, meaning that Delano will have a power play when the second period begins, or third period rather. So after 2 periods in the books. Breck Mustangs 17 minutes away from another trip to St. Paul in the state high school hockey tournament.
So, I got this new family, and I don't know what it is about this one, but she can't seem to put down that toy all day long. Tap, 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 tap. Oh, and she even talks to it. She talks to that more than she talks to him. What's up, bro? Nice shirt. Who's she talking to? Her mom? She talks to her mom a lot.
Back at the Parade Ice Garden where the whole arena is a-buzzing about that 1-0 lead that Breck has. Wasn't a goal. We don't know. But first, let's take a look at the highlights. There was a rocket of a shot there off the crossbar from Charlie Breitenfeld. Breitenfeld in front there trying to get a rebound attempt again. The best scoring chance of the night here for Delano. Look at the chances out in front. Brady Miller with a couple of chances for Delano, along with his line mates who got pummeled there at the end. And then the hero of the night so far, the senior captain for Breck, Tyler Lidstrom, one of the few seniors that play for this Mustangs team. He's having a whale of a game, and he puts the Mustangs up 1-0 is where we stand right now. And of course, everyone wants to know if that puck crossed the line. Opinions differ. Dan, what's your stance? Your official take is?
No goal. No goal. Sorry.
Well, the Tigers have a chance to get back. You can do it on the scoreboard. 1:38, minute and 38 power play coming up to begin the third period. There's your stats there, shots on goal, power play, and all that good stuff. An exciting third period awaits us, hockey fans. You're watching championship hockey here on 12 Sports.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams?
Here.
Michael Adams.
Michael Adams.
Students who miss 18 days of school in any grade risk falling behind and not graduating. Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org today.
Back at the rowdy Parade Ice Garden in Minneapolis. Section 2A Championship Hockey. The Mustangs 17 minutes away from a return trip to the state tournament after missing last year and losing 2-1 against Orono in this very building a year ago. And there you see it right there. Breck has also knocked off Delano in the previous 2 seasons in the section playoffs.
Although, I thought Delano played a really good period in the second period. If they improve as much between the second and third as they did between the first and the second, we're going to have a game here. Don't count them out. They're 1 shot away from tying it. I thought they played a pretty good third period there. Plus, they're on the power play now to open up the third period.
Power play for the Tigers as we begin the third. Off the face-off, the Tigers do control. Ben Myers skates around his own goal, picks up some speed as he leaves his zone and crosses through center. Myers down the left side, couple of slashes, gets away from them. Still with the puck on his stick though as he circles. Plays catch with Escala. Right back down the give and goal chance. Oh, good looking chance right there as Escala just couldn't quite find it as he entered the slot. Myers again across center. Takes a big hit there from Gamer as he entered the zone. Now a chance. Down the side comes Escala. To the point it goes. Cruz on the power play at the young sophomore defenseman comes out for the power play. Misses on the backdoor kind of feed there to Escala. Escala chases it down in the far corner. Escala brings it out of the corner. Looks to center it back door. Had Carl Peterson sitting there. Now Carl Peterson gets it on the wing. Walks it in. To the middle he goes. Shot, save, rebound, sitting there, but nobody home for the Tigers. Cruz keeps it in, fires it, mishandles it. Escala fans on it as well. How many times do the Tigers fan on it?
There was a full inning of outs there. Strike one, strike two, strike three. Boy, I'll tell you what, they just couldn't get a handle on it with good opportunities in front. Here's a beautiful one. Fan on it. And there were a couple in there, too. Good power play so far. 17 seconds left, but still in the zone. Still have time to pump one in.
Daniel Karanen takes the important face-off for Delano, but it's the Mustangs who win it, as Will Blake won it for Breck. Oja goes far side to John Karanen. Karanen down the side, looks to put it in the middle there for Miller. They couldn't quite connect. Now it ends up on goal, and covering is Hedrick. Will have a face-off inside the Breck zone. They are now at full strength, as Delano gets a couple of chances on the power play, but not able to tie this one up quite yet.
Real good effort here. They need to carry this momentum on, especially now they're inside the zone again. Just try to generate another shot.
Escola to take the face-off. Ends up towards the net, but Paulson stops it before it gets to Hedrick. Plays it up the right wing to Ellingson. Ellingson's met by the forecheck there of Ben Hallinan as the puck gets played back down low. Blake scoops it up for Breck. Blake skating away from the forecheck of Delano. Passes it up to Ellingson into the zone. A couple of players go down. Ellingson still puts a shot on, chases after his own rebound, and the puck ends up in the corner. Net is going to be off here, forcing a whistle and a stoppage of play.
Well, I'll tell you what, that ends up, and Ellingson comes back on the ice. And, oh, guess what? We got an opportunity for Breck scoring here. Ellingson's been a force tonight, Joe. He hasn't been able to get one in, but he's gotten a lot of good shots and created a lot of offensive possibilities for the Mustangs.
24 goals, 20 assists this year for Ellingson, leading scorer for the Mustangs. Shot right on from the point from Lidstrom, the only goal scorer in this game. Lidstrom, 5 goals in the regular season, 1 goal in the playoffs. Now a shot on from a sharp angle there, and was already able to make that save. Here come the Tigers. Back on the prowl. Ben Myers brings it into the zone. Gotson loses the handle as he entered, and now they'll have to dump it back in and get back on sides as they go back on the forecheck. Lidstrom stops behind his goal, makes a nice breakout pass to Student, and then it's Heidemann who dumps it out of the zone, and getting it back deep into the zone is Breitenfeld. Nathan Peterson plays it up the right side. Now it's played through center where Weigel gets it to Paulson. Paulson upwards to Gamer. Gamer dumps it in as Breck goes on the forecheck. Maklik will chase after it for the Mustangs. Long pass up to the zone to Peterson. Too far for him. And this will be icing on Delano.
Well, a couple things here, Joe. We've been watching two good defensive clubs, but Breck's D has been just absolutely fabulous, especially this group right here. But when Myers brought that puck in, he tried to go halfway down the wall boards. You need to take it in deep. Just take it deep and get something set up, because if you hesitate one bit, the Mustang D will be on you and the puck will go out of the zone.
Lina had the puck skip over his stick, but he got some help there from Daniel Karanen, who retrieved it and got the puck out of the zone. Weigel's pass off a skate, and now it goes up into the low-hanging rafters here at Parade, and stoppage of play with 13:30 to go in the third.
I love it. We got a lamp shaking up there, boy. We don't see that often. That's pretty cool. I like that. And this is the time when the Mustangs really buckle it down, and they're going to try and stay you from getting any opportunities whatsoever. They're going to spend time getting the puck out of their own zone, skating to it, but at least getting across the line, not letting you have any sustained pressure inside their zone whatsoever.
Up the draw, goes back into the Breck zone. Strom skates it up the right side. Nice job there by Parrish to slow it down for Blake. Blake into the zone, couldn't quite get it. Now Ellingson fires wide. Brady Miller chases after it for Delano.
Ellingson with a golden opportunity there, just misses the net. Or has it deflected away from the net, I should say.
Miller up and out to Hallinan. Hallinan takes a check as he crossed the red line. Now Oja. Not able to handle that pass was Escola. And Student banks the puck off the near boards, but Escola gets it back. Escola avoids one check, but then loses the puck at the line. Here comes Ellingson and the Mustangs. Ellingson, Ben Meyer was able to rub him off the puck. Osseo gets it now for Delano to Myers. Escola across center ice, gives it off now to Hallinan. Hallinan tries to center it in front for Myers. Nice little feed in front, good chance for Escola. Now the wraparound attempt, can't hit it home. Now Myers from the point. The defenseman Nate Myers tried to put it towards the net, and that one was blocked out in front. Now Cruz back to get it for Delano. Cruz reverses it there to Nate Myers. His pass looking for Karanen gets intercepted, but they get it right back. Here comes John Karanen down the far side. Lidstrom checks him off the puck. Pass right there by Delano, intercepted by Breck, and Heidemann just dumps the puck all the way down. It's going to be icing on the Mustangs as Heidemann couldn't get that puck to slow down on a nice clean sheet of ice.
See a nice opportunity back here. Look at the quick reverse move in there. Got it back out front and a good opportunity. And here, second one, as they're coming down the slot, trying to get it on his forehand, but getting a shot off and it's blocked. But some opportunities here for the Tigers.
Weigel gets a nice block shot there. Wasn't much on that left-handed shot from Nate Myers, but Weigel still with a key block in front. Paulson off the clean win for Breck. Now reverses it over to Strom. Strom looks for the long outlet pass to Macklett. Macklett catches it at the blue line and waits for some line mates now as he enters the zone. Throws it towards the net, misses wide. Strom holds it in at the point. His shot hits traffic in front. And skating it up and out is Nathan Peterson. At center, bouncing puck. And now out of play there as Macklett gets a nice little shot there on Carl Peterson. Face-off just outside the Delano zone. Breck out shooting the Tigers in this game 25-9, but a lot of that disparity happened in the first period. It's been a much more even game here, wouldn't you say, the last 20 minutes of hockey?
Not a lot going on net. That's due to the blocking of the shots and both teams playing very good defense in front of their goalies.
Ellingson wins the race to the puck there. Plays it down low into the corner. Blake looking for it down in his skates as he gets checked at the puck by Escola. Cruz plays it to Escola now. Escola, long pass up to the blue line, but held in there by Nick Strom as the puck gets played back down into the corner. Icing now on Delano as the faceoff will come back inside the zone. 10:41 to go. It's kind of a weird stage of this game right now. It seems like things have kind of slowed down a little bit. We've had a lot of whistles.
Yeah, it's been a little choppy in this period. Of course, right now that's going to play right into Breck's hands because they got the one-goal lead.
Breck fans going bananas. Lahman skates the puck into the middle. Deflected right there in front as Myers nearly had a chance. Now Student plays it to the line, held in nicely. Now a shot from a long ways out off the stick of John Karanen, and it's quickly covered up by Hedrick. Well, this is the point of the game where Delano had trailed by one against Orono in the semifinals 2 nights ago. They were able to tie that game up with about 9 minutes to go in regulation, and then they got the go-ahead goal in the game winner with about 4 minutes to go.
Well, just putting it simply, they're 2 shots away from being in the lead.
A shot right there by Breitenfeld, gets it right back and gets a chance at point blank, but Rizzardi with such good position makes the save. Now Ben Myers skates across center, loses the puck as he got to the line.
It's amazing what happens when you get close to that Breck D. I'll tell you what, you get your head up and you're looking to make a play, and sometimes they just aren't going to give you anything to work with.
Nice play by Gamer as he goes up, gets airborne to keep that puck into the zone. A race for the puck down in the corner. Puck gets pinned up pretty good there, but Osseo comes away with it for Delano. Banks it high off the glass and out of the zone, and this will be icing on Delano.
And they needed that rest, by gosh. I'll tell you what, there was a little bit of time in the zone there for the Mustangs, and they just needed to relieve the pressure here. So 9:24 left in the game here now. We'll look for Delano to start putting some pressure on. They really need to start getting some shots on goal. Just get it across the line and put something on Hedrick and make Hedrick work. Get it past the defense of the Breck Mustangs here. They haven't been able to get it in deeper, anything from the slot. Get some stuff from outside, get some shots on net, get some pucks on net, and see what happens.
Gabe Hallinan skates the puck into the Breck zone, but he's called for offsides. And seeing the Tigers came in a little too early. 9:09 to go in regulation and perhaps in the Delano season if they're not able to get one past Stephen Hedrick.
Pretty soon, I think you're going to start seeing that Delano D start pressing a little harder and trying to hold the zone. They're going to have to do something to create an extra set of shots.
Puck goes to the far side. Weigel wins the race, banks it off the boards and out. Now it's controlled by Blake as he tips it right back into the Delano zone. Cruz back to get it. Nice headman pass. Here come the Tigers down the right side. Lidstrom had left his feet early. Delano wants a penalty, but he was on the ground for quite a while there. I don't know. Student down the left side, drops it off for Ellingson into the corner. It goes big hit there as Ellingson gets punished in the corner. Now the puck gets reversed to the far side of the rink. To center it goes. Ellingson waits for it, gives it off now to Paulson. Paulson will dump it in towards the net. Banks off the back wall. Now Lina gets it, and it's going to be offsides on Breck as they did not tag up.
I got to tell you, guys, Joe, I think this is a trip. When that stick gets out of hand, you cannot take a guy's legs out from underneath him, even if you touch the puck anymore. Yeah, and usually that's called.
Yeah, Delano player had right to that puck and right to the ice there, so I think I agree with you. And the biggest thing for me is it changed possession, so it's got to call that when you get taken down by a stick and it changes the possession of the puck, should probably be a penalty. Fight for the puck on the far side. Breck tips it into the zone. Scooped up now by Heidemann. Heidemann will bank it back out of the boards. And Delano taking up as they dump it right back in. Carl Peterson goes in on the forecheck. Paulson reverses it down low to Strom. Strom swings it out of the far side. Heidemann is waiting for it. But his exit pass was denied, and then he gets away with a tripping. Boy, the referees have really swallowed the whistles here tonight. Strom puts it up to Heidemann. Heidemann flips it to center, and it's dumped right back in by Nathan Peterson. Well, with a disputed goal and now the last two tripping penalties, Delano's going to have a lot to complain about if they're not able to get back into the game here. Peterson swings it to the far side. Ben Myers can't catch it. Peterson goes back in. Him and Maklik doing battle down in the corner. Tigers win the battle, though, as they play to the near corner, and Osseo gets after it. Osseo, nice breakout pass to Myers. Down the right side, Myers gets around the defender, shot right on!
No goal. Net was off the pipes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nice move by Myers. You're just coming in tight. Gets the puck on net. No save by the goalie, and all of a sudden when that puck goes in, but the net's already moved. That is a good, fair call by the refs. Good opportunity. That's what they need to do. Crash that net. Make Hedrick work and see if he can keep his hands on it.
Yeah, the one thing, it was definitely no goal, but the one thing I wondered there is if Breck kind of knocked the net off intentionally.
Ooh.
Oh, a nice little ricochet misdirection shot by Brian Hallinan, but Stephen Hedrick, not a lot of saves tonight, but boy, has he been sharp the last couple of seconds.
Boy, I tell you though, it'd be interesting to see. Delano has not had a lot of wood on that puck. Just kind of fluttering by, and if they get a good shot in that tight, will be interesting to see what happens.
Puck gets played out to center. It's Ellingson down the left side. Ellingson shoots it to the far wing. Weigel waits for it now. Right down into the corner. Nice feed. Ellingson turns in the backhander. Couldn't quite connect there. Here comes Delano back out of the zone. Bouncing puck, shot there, just missing high. As Lina had a chance. Blake gets erased off the puck there. Now a race for the puck at center ice. Breitenfeld gets tied up with one of the Tigers players, Brady Miller. Miller gets it back though and dumps it into the zone. 6 minutes to go in regulation, and 6 minutes to go until Breck is back to the state tournament, perhaps, if they're able to hold on to this 1-goal lead. Paulson regains control. Paulson and Weigel bring so much calm to things when the pucks are on their sticks. Race for the puck on the far side. Heidemann did a really good job there not hitting the defender in the back. Held up on his check. Ben Myers, nice pass through center to Hernan. Hernan tried to go backwards to Lahman for it, but they couldn't quite connect on that attempt. And Lahman gets a deflection now as the puck gets tipped into the zone. Strom, Lahman on the forecheck, gets the turnover, plays it back down to the far side, but there to get it is Heidemann, and he's able to play it out. Here comes Lahman right back into the zone, but the Tigers were not quite back in. Back off sides there is. Here's a look at that scoring chance for Delano. Just watch the net. Is it intentionally knocked off here by Lidstrom? He's kind of trying to hold himself up, so I don't think it's not egregious. It's not egregious. I play defenseman. I know that I know how to do that and knock it off and make it look like an accident too. It's a fine art, let me tell you.
You're the first one I've ever heard admit it.
Yeah. Lidstrom, nice breakout pass up to Macklin down the left side, but the referee gets in his way. Oh, and it ends up in an offsides too. That's disappointing for Macklin and the Mustangs. The bad thing about that is the referee's supposed to be along the wall. What is he doing out there?
Yeah, exactly. Way out of position. Bad move.
Under 5 to go in regulation. Gamer dumps the puck into the deep into the Delano zone.
Oh my gosh. There's a mistake
there by Oji. Oh, and then a pass there deflected off his own player, so Breck's gonna have to retreat and get it now. As Lidstrom back to get it. Plays it back to Weigel. Weigel's pass to Macklin. A little bit too high. Macklin can play. Now puck is played out of play there by Oja. Watch out. Oh, back. This is one of those games where nobody really wants to see it. Well, Breck wants to see the time dwindle down and come to an end, but there's a lot of just pure hockey fans here that would like to see this go quite a bit longer. They fly over the zone. Here comes a chance. Brian Honan in! And again, Steven Hedrick there to make a stop for the Mustangs.
Well, wonderful play off the face-off here. Quick side-wide pass. They flew him out. Got in the middle. And the good thing here, Joe, he hit the goalie. He got it on net. He did not miss the net.
They take advantage there of the aggressive defensive play for the Mustangs on a clean face-off win. They just sent it off the boards and went. Now Ellingson plays it up out of the zone. A little bit too far for Parrish. Puck goes down into the corner now. Delano plays it to the far side. Not able to handle that one was Gabe Hallinan. Ellingson gets taken off the puck in the corner. Parrish gets it for the Mustangs. Parrish gets away from a couple of Tigers.
Wow.
Is able to reverse it back down low. Now it's Lina with it. Breaks it up and out to Brian Hallinan. Hallinan down the right side. Nice feed to Lina. He scores!
Wow. Wow. Tell me, Joe, how pretty was that? What a play. Finally Delano got an opportunity and put it together on a 3-on-2 coming into the zone. Look at his pass coming across the big winger, and he pounds it away in the net and ties this game.
These fans are going crazy.
There is joy in Delano tonight. Oh my gosh. What a big play. What a big shot. Number 13, Jeff Linna coming in and getting this game tied up. The defenseman jumping into the play. And a timeout now with 3:41 here. Boy, I'll tell you what, this kind of working down the way we were talking about. They hang around, one goal. All of a sudden, wham, now it's a different type of game. Nice pass there. And gets it on the short side. Up high.
What I love about that play is Linna comes up from the defensive spot, knows they need some offense, and he just hustles. Gets down the left wing, and the presence of mind for Brian Helenen to just kind of slow things down, wait for the defender to get in the offense, make a beautiful feed across the middle, and he absolutely buries it. On a night where goals have been hard to come by, two senior defensemen, captains for their respective teams, have goals in this game.
And that's the first crack in the Breck D. They haven't been able to get a pass through that middle to save their life. Look at that pass come across. And he buries it. Well,
I have not seen this place rocking like this before. This is just...
I tell you might be able to send a car over to Delano and rob whatever house you want. They're all here, I'll tell you. They've been, and like I said, they've been here since 5 o'clock today.
Yeah.
2 hours before game time.
Well, they still got a ways to go. Under 4 minutes to go. We're all tied up at 1 apiece. A trip to the state tournament is on the line.
And now all bets are off. Both coaches are going, look it, let's go win this thing. Don't play to tie. Don't play to go to overtime. Let's win it. Take a little break, get some shots on net.
Lidstrom dumps the puck into the zone. Turnover at the blue line. Dumped out in front and a nice clear there. Not taking any chances out front as Oja just flips it to center. Heidemann tries to get away from the wall but gets the puck poked off his stick. Now gets dumped right back into the Delano zone. It's going to be icing on the Mustangs. Big face-off coming up inside the Breck zone, and the Delano fans are on their feet. Where's that home ice advantage for the #1 seed?
Boy, oh boy, it's loud in here all of a sudden.
Off the face-off, Ellingson skates the puck up into the zone. Ellingson, his shot misses wide. Into the corner, race for the puck. To the point it goes, and Delano skating it out. Comes Brian Hullen down the right side, gets taken off the puck this time as Weigel up and out of the zone. Here comes Will Blake. Nice feed right there. They score!
Oh my golly gosh. Guess who? Chase Ellingson. And Joy's going to comment about his defensive work, breaking out of the zone, carrying the puck out of the Breck zone when they're in trouble. All night he's been doing it. And finally, what a great play. Watch this pass. All the way across, and Ellingson just comes in and buries it to give the Mustangs a 1-goal lead with 2:34 left.
I got to tell you, so many players in that position, they catch that pass, and they've not been in that spot before, and they just hurry up and they shove it into the goalie. He takes one little stick handle, goes to his backhand, back to his forehead. That allows the goalie to go down and opens up some space for him. He's a goal scorer, boy. That was a goal scorer goal.
Well, that was his 25th on the year. And what I like about both goals is the fact that the passes. I mean, look at this pass right there. What was that, 26? Yeah, I think it was William Blake, and he got it across. Both goals on beautiful passes coming. Yeah, it was William Blake. Look at that pass right on the stick in full stride, and gave him an opportunity to really put it and just got it in the short side. Frankly, you know, Rizzardi he's left hanging. What are you going to do? You got their leading scorer right in on top of you. And you know what? Good teams, clutch teams, get that goal when they need them. And that was just a heck of a play by the Blake Mustangs.
One thing I can't believe at this juncture of the game is that Delano lost a defenseman down deep in the offensive zone. I'm so surprised they gave up a 2-on-1.
Yep.
I mean, I thought after tying the game up there, you'd play really conservative and no mistake hockey. And one of the defensemen just got caught deep there.
Yep. Well, both teams, that's the first 2 cracks we've seen on both these 2 teams' defenses here, on both ends.
Oh, the ups and downs of high school playoff hockey. It's something else. And Osseo flips that puck up into the rafters for a faceoff. Now that's going to come all the way back into the Delano zone. They win that faceoff clean, and then Osseo, unfortunately for the Tigers, just flips it into the rafters. And they look like they had a play set up off the faceoff and just kind of couldn't quite execute it.
Delano looks a little down. They got to pick their chins up here. There's a lot of hockey left, man.
I agree. They acted like that was an overtime winner rather than a go-ahead. Puck goes into the corner now. Osseo fans on the clearing attempt. And now the Tigers are able to play the puck through center. You're going to see some conservative play now from the Breck Mustangs defense. They're going to protect the red line rather than the offensive blue line, more likely. Puck goes down into the corner. Fight for it there. Coming out of it. A shot on goal from Heidemann. Rizzardi makes a big save for the Tigers. And another one from point blank.
Jeepers. Tyler Scott just being a beast in front. Major forecheck situation. Creates 2 scoring opportunities. Rizzardi had to be on his toes there, or that would have been a 2-goal lead for the Mustangs. Yeah, the Tigers look like, oh my gosh, the game's over. Come on, plenty of time left, 2 minutes left.
Off the face-off, Ellingson plays it to the point. Paulson wisely flips it down on the corner. Blake's able to get it. Big assist for Blake to put the Mustangs up a goal here late in the third. Puck gets bounced off the board. Ellingson does a good job of keeping the zone. Blake plays it back down in the corner. And there goes Student. Student brings it to the front of the net. Now a shot by Blake. That one just hits traffic in front and ricochets wide. Minute and a half to go in regulation.
Yeah, Rizzardi just took a quick note and looked behind him at the clock to see how much time was left. He's looking to get off the ice, but Breck ain't letting him out of the zone.
There's another chance. Heidemann has his pocket picked from the backside. Escala gets off a check and then into the zone. No offsides. Puck goes to the far corner. A race for it. Rizzardi's on the bench. Extra attacker on for the Tigers. Empty net! And they just miss wide on that one. Puck goes into the corner. Escala comes away with it. Long pass up out of the zone. Poked off his stick. A race for it there. Escala banks it off the boards. Delano brings it in. Here comes Myers. Toad ring. He scores! The sophomore sensation, Ben Myers, has tied it up.
Oh my God. It was looking hopeless there. I mean, they were pinned in their own zone. And a 52-point score all of a sudden steps up, the little sophomore, and splits the D. Look at that, splits the D. Brings it back and just beats Hedrick clean from in tight. What a goal. Look at this play, folks. Look at that. Fake, he's in between them and just buries it. Wow. You know, we've been fighting for goals the whole night, and all of a sudden, wham, 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 we've got 4 on the board here. 3 in this period.
It's not over yet. Ellingson brings it down the right side. Shot on goal. Rizzardi makes 1 save, and the rebound goes into the corner. The Tigers play the puck up through center now. Will Blake dumps it right back to the blue line. Here come the Tigers down the left side. Holland fakes the shot, tries to center it. Hits traffic in front. Here comes Ellingson. 10 seconds to go. He enters the offensive zone on his backhand. Spins away. Centering feed broken up. Flip to the line. Ellingson holds it in. Shot gets blocked. And now it's going to be offsides. But time has expired in regulation. It's overtime hockey, sudden death, with a trip to the state tournament awarded to the winner. Woo-hoo-hoo.
Oh, man, this is the 3rd one in a row for me, pal, between the 2 girls' games. And now this one, oh my gosh. What a comeback by the Tigers. I'll tell you, it looked bad once Ellingson had that goal in for the Breck Mustangs. Looks like they were punching the ticket. And Ben Myers steps up with his 20th of the year. Just a pretty goal. Look at this. Just splits that D, brings it back in. Oh, man, what a shot. And Hedrick is just beat. I mean, Myers was inside real quick on him. Wasn't going to make a big save there. He just got hung out to dry, and there is some joy in Delano tonight. Oh, my gosh.
We'll take a break, and we'll be right back for overtime hockey here on 12 Sports.
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke. Because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Back at the Parade Ice Garden, we are tied up at 2 and ready for overtime. Let's see how we got here. Mustangs get on the board first with a big goal there from Tyler Lidstrom, the senior captain for Breck. But deep into the third period, before Delano ties it up, one of their senior captains, it's Jeff Linna. And then Chase Ellingson, the leading scorer for the Mustangs, scores late, giving them a 2-1 lead. It was looking pretty good for Breck, but then Ben Myers, the leading scorer for Delano, does his magic and ties us up at 2.
Bringing us here to, well, sudden death to go to state. You know, my gosh. Two teams just battling their brains out. Both goalies playing really good games, but this last, 4 minutes of the third here, all of a sudden, the whammer jammer. The goals have been coming right and left.
Delano will dump the puck into the zone. Icing.
Oh.
Icing coming up on the Tigers. Faceoff comes back. Now inside the Delano zone.
Every one of these faceoffs inside each other's zones are critical, crucial, very important. You need to control these faceoffs in your own defensive zone and tie up every other colored jersey you can find.
The Breck Mustangs girls hockey team lost in a section final right here off a faceoff in the same area, and that's what I was trying to foreshadow there, as Breck nearly had a chance to avenge that for the girls' side, as Breck lost to Blake just a week ago in the section championship game here at Parade Ice Garden in overtime. Will Blake on the far corner. Ellingson brings the puck to the middle. And that puck goes off the glove of Weigels. He can't hold the zone. Weigel's going to turn it up ice now, crosses the red line, flips it into the zone off his backhand. And Cruz goes back to get it for Delano. Swings it around to the far side. Hernan, nice pass up ahead. Here comes Miller. Miller into the zone, 2-on-3. Gets checked off the puck. A nice back check there. And defensive effort from the Mustangs. Here comes Breck jumping into the offense. Down the right side comes Scott. Shot right on! And Rizzardi's able to hang on and cover up.
Well, I like that play. Bad angle, didn't make any difference. The pass was covered, but get a shot on goal. Get a shot on goal. They scored from that corner earlier on. That's how they got their first goal. At this point, though, you get some rubber clear on net, get it on net. Make the goalie make a save. Anything can happen here in overtime.
Off the face-off, Paulson. Couldn't quite keep it into the zone. Strom able to clear the puck out of the Breck zone. Here comes Heidemann down the right side, leaves it there for Scott, whose shot gets off a skating by the Tigers into the corner. John Harriman's able to get the puck out of the zone for a moment.
Most importantly, Breck got a line change there. It was big for them.
Here comes Ben Myers down the left side. He's the reason why we're in overtime. Paulson swings it around to the far side. And now Strom will reverse it. as Breck will work its way up the near side. This one will go all the way down into the Tigers zone, but it's not going to be icing. It was tipped off a Tiger stick. Now this one will be icing, though, as the Tigers tried to spring Carl Peterson, who was behind the Breck defense. Now Delano doesn't want the icing.
I don't think so. I think that was thrown by a Totino guy back into his own zone. I think it was just a long pass trying to get out to the point, and it just missed everybody. The referees are talking about that should be down in the Breck zone. If they're going to call that, yeah, I thought so.
Well, I think the referees were caught off guard because they called the one icing off, and they kind of were second-guessing themselves, and then the other one happened so quickly. And now Breck at least wants this puck to come out to center.
And you know what? I actually think that's right. If it's a mistake, it go to neutral ice. Absolutely, yeah.
Referee makes a mistake, bring that puck out to center. Delano still gets the short end of the stick because it was going to be in their zone, but...
Yep. Let's see it come back. It came off a Breck stick. The referee was making a wrong call here, no question about it. And it should be a neutral ice. Coach Larson's making a good point. Boy, he knows how important that face-off is in his zone. He wants nothing to do with it. Of course, now we got Coach Van Berghem in there making sure he gets his end of thing, too. Boy, there's so much riding on the line here, I'll tell you what, for both programs.
The Breck Mustangs, a perennial power, a staple at the state tournament, trying to get back there after missing it a year ago. This year, the favorites.
There it is.
It's a centering pass, yeah.
It's a centering pass out to the point. And the whistle never should have been blown. But in that situation, it's got to be a neutral ice faceoff.
I've never seen a referee make a mistake and not just bring it out to center.
Yep. Boy, they're having a dilemma here. That's no question in my mind. That's got to be a neutral zone faceoff.
I think you bring it out to the neutral zone. I don't think their coach would be mad at you. What are they doing? Are they still not sure?
They're still not sure. They want to see a replay on this.
How do they talk to the goal judge on an icing penalty? They don't on an icing call. They don't talk to him on a goal dispute.
Okay. This has been rather a strange set of circumstances.
Well, I mean,
I'll tell you,
just drop it off at center ice. No one's gonna be mad at you.
Yeah, I mean, really, that's fair to everybody.
But they didn't even question the goal judge on the disputed goal. They didn't talk to him, and now they talk to him on an icing play.
Yep. Well, we'll see what kind of decision they make. And of course, Coach Larson's like, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. Why don't they look up here? We've got the replay.
Well, I don't think Coach Larson's getting his way.
I don't think so either. He ain't happy.
Meanwhile, Breck's just like, drop the puck, I'll win the faceoff.
Oh my, wow. This will be interesting.
Well, let's just hope nothing happens on this faceoff, because that'll really throw things up in the air.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, but you and I have seen things happen, boy. I tell you don't want to give it half an ounce worth. But here we go.
6 minutes to go in the first overtime session. The most important faceoff ever, perhaps, is controlled by Breck as they get the puck out to center, and it's all for naught. Cruz goes after the puck in the corner. Nice defensive effort there coming back into the play by Daniel Karanen. And Karanen will work his way up the middle now. His pass is knocked down by Ellingson. Ellingson down the right slot, circles away from the defender. Now tries to play the puck down into the corner. Gets it to Blake. Blake goes across to the point now for Lidstrom. He puts it out in front of the goal, tipped into the corner. Chasing after
nice
Blake.
there.
Blake hustles after it.
My.
And Cruz denies that centering feed by going down to his knees. A great play by the young sophomore defenseman. Now the puck gets played out to the center ice. And Breck's going to get called for offsides here. Stoppage of play, 5:15 to go in the first sudden death overtime session.
Whoa.
There you see it, stats through regulation. All that matters is the 2-2 score, but only 2 penalties called in this game so far. 32-15 shot advantage for Breck.
Well, you know, they've let the kids play, and I think I was right. The kids have certainly stepped up to the plate here and given us a game that more than we could have asked for.
Ben Myers rushing on the left side. Delano trying to center, puck behind the goal there. Working there is Lama, a centering feed! A chance from point blank for John Karanen, and he just missed. Here comes Tyler Scott with some speed. Scott fakes the shot, then pulls the trigger, and has his shot blocked off Osseo's stick and out of play.
Wow, what a nice setup by the Tigers here. Look at this, just rips a one-timer shot and just misses the net. Oh my gosh, you'll be seeing that one in his sleep for years.
Off the face-off, the puck gets played to the line. Lidstrom wasn't able to hold the line, but maintained possession for Breck as he went back to Weigel. Now Breck will dump it in, back to get it. There's Lina. One of the goal scorers for the Tigers here tonight. Now a tripping behind the play, nothing called. Heidemann has got away with a couple here tonight. He looked back and expected to see the ref's arms in the air. Nice break up there by Lidstrom. Lidstrom races down the right side. Centering feed to Ellingson. His shot gets deflected by Lina, up and out of play.
Boy, I like Lidstrom stepping up into play there, Joe. You know, let's go out and win this thing. Let's not play it conservatively. Step up and take a rock at it. He was covered from behind, and one of his forwards jumped in to protect him in the back. That's the way you win hockey, overtime hockey games here.
Face off inside the Delano zone. 4:20 to go in the overtime session. Puck gets banked off the boards. Paulson turns it over at the blue line, but Delano not able to do anything with it at that moment. Now Macklett brings it down to the right side, gets away from a defender, then has a puck eventually poked off his stick by Osseo. And now racing to the far side, Strom holds the zone for a moment. Now turning and firing there was Tyler Scott. Chance comes for Delano as they come back down into the offensive zone. Gabe Hallinan throws it on goal. Where is it? Where is it? It's somewhere there in the pads, but it was a little bit closer to the goal line than they would have liked.
Wow. Mr. Hedrick, stay awake down there, buddy. All it takes is one to go in. That makes a coach nervous when he sees that. Just kind of stay, he's got to stay on top of this. Don't even give him a glimmer.
Face off inside the Breck zone with 3:45 to go in the first overtime session. Here come the Mustangs down the right side. Husband off the back wall, nearly bounced out in front, but Rizzardi wisely plays it right back behind the net. Now Ellingson catches in the corner. Ellingson poised, gives it off to Blake, who tried to center. Goes to the point for Weigel. Hits some traffic in front. After it goes Blake. Blake wins the race to the puck. Now looks back door to Weigel, coming down the left slot. Shot on goal. Rizzardi finds the rebound. He's laying down. There's a late whistle there, as Rizzardi would have appreciated one a little bit sooner, but never really showed the confidence that he had the puck.
Well, he was on it. A pass all the way across the ice. Good play here, get the shot on goal. Bounces on Rizzardi a little bit. There he's got it. And then he gets ruffled and it gets knocked out. But he got his whistle finally before it rolled in.
To the point, shot hits traffic in front.
How many shots have the Tigers blocked, Joe?
Nick Strom will let that one fly. Now a chance for Delano. Deflected up and high and over the net. As Adam Escala thought he maybe had the game winner on his stick. Josh Strom, a freshman defenseman for the Mustangs, out there behind his own goal. Long pass up. Heidemann couldn't get his stick on that one, so it'll be icing on Breck.
Okay, yeah, I thought so. Going to be a line change here for the Delano Tigers.
Escala, their top centerman, will take the face-off for the Tigers. Blake taking it for the Mustangs, the 226s, 24 and 26 rather. Miller dumps it back into the corner. Far side, waiting for it. There's Parrish. Parrish banks off the boards and out. And Leno will dump it right in on goal. Boy, that puck took a funny bounce.
Well, as Hedrick had his stick kind of flat outside of him, and it bounced off that. Maybe Breck. Oh, scaring me.
Ellingson, nice feed to Blake. Oh, deflected up and over the goal. Blake, centering feed, tipped aside. Nice play by the Tigers defense as they had collapsed the slot.
Nice play, too, of that dump out. They didn't ice it. He just got it out into the neutral zone, give an opportunity, relieve some pressure. Nice play by the Tigers there.
Parrish gets pinned up against the boards by Lina in the corner. Backhand shot. Second chance for Scott as he really came out of the corner with a good-looking move. Scott's been really good the last period. Oh, and a penalty coming up here. A hit from behind is going to be called. A lot of penalties have been let go tonight by the wayside, but this one here, because of the nature of the hit from behind, they're going to call a penalty.
They're going to call a cross.
Scott
they're
turns
not
his
talking
back.
about this.
That's a safety issue. They're going to call a cross-check instead of a check from behind.
Okay.
It kind of preserves them a little bit, not giving them the 5-minute major. But it's a call that they felt like they had to make, I guess, because of the hit from behind. Coach Larson's wondering why it's not a 5-minute major.
No, he's asking for a timeout. He's wondering if he's got a timeout.
Do you get an extra one in overtime? That's the question he's asking. Nice job done by Delano, winning the faceoff and sending it down. The Tigers' strong penalty kill this season. They've never had one this big before. Breck's power play 0 for 1 this evening, 50% in the playoffs coming into this game here tonight. Nice job by Strum holding the zone, plays it over to Paulson. Snapshot in front, nice block in front. Osseo, and then Osseo flipped it as fast as he could, but it went out of play and into the stands.
Just a little bit in there. Boy, Osseo's played a heck of a game tonight, hasn't he? He's really stood tall. He's really knocked down some Breck opportunities there.
He's a tough kid. Coach's dream, I think. You know, he's a tough kid back there. Him and Lina both. Blake, off the faceoff, is able to play it to the point for Weigel. He gives it back to Blake in the corner. And Weigel gets the return pass, but couldn't handle it. Now Weigel has to circle away from one of the Tiger players, Escala, able to buy some time and find Ellingson on the far side. Now Ellingson's tied up. Delano got it to the line. Weigel looking back door. Oh! He had Blake cutting, and he still put it on goal. Only 40 seconds to go in this overtime session. If they do not score, the penalty will trickle into the second overtime. Puck goes down into the corner. Blake up to Weigel on the wall. Weigel and Blake trying to play catch there. Osseo comes over and takes it away. Great play by the defenseman. Swings around to the far side. Lidstrom pinches in and stops it. Now Lina off the boards, up ahead for Escala. Escala lost that battle to Lidstrom. Here comes Blake down the right side to Ellingson. Turns, can't quite hit the net. Now a center feed by Blake.
Oh, nice play. Nice defensive play by number 7.
And time expires. Everybody can catch their breath. Woofda.
Wow. Excellent penalty kill by the Delano Tigers. Did a very nice job. When they looked like a shot was coming, they got in there and blocked it. Didn't clear it down the ice, but got it out a few times. Just nice job all the way around. That's a momentum builder for them. So, and we will continue to play here, Joe.
Well, the Zamboni is going to come out. We're going to clean up this ice, and one team is probably really angry they're going into overtime, the second overtime, and one team feels pretty good about it right now. And I always wonder about how that affects the two teams. Is there more pressure on Breck because they're angry that they're in overtime, whereas Delano's being applauded and serenaded right now by their fans? We'll be right back for more overtime section championship hockey here on 12 Sports.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Well, we've talked about the noise level in here all night long, and it's lived up to it. I mean, we have talked about how the Delano fans have been here for now 4.5 hours on their feet chanting. And I'm happy for them that it has worked out to their favor where they've at least had a great show here tonight. Along with Dan Fick and I'm Joe Moline, we're getting ready for the second overtime here tonight at the Parade Ice Garden between the Delano Tigers and the Breck Mustangs. We'll try to set the table for you a little bit here. Delano has 15 seconds left in the penalty to Brady Miller, who got a cross-checking penalty with 1:45 to go in the first overtime session. Breck was able to put some pressure on, but Delano doing pretty good job, shorthanded here in the second opportunity of the evening.
I've done a really nice job on this. They can carry some momentum over this now, too. We're in overtime now. Both teams have played their brains out. It's been a tremendous, you don't want to see one lose, but someone's going to lose.
And the goal scorers tonight have been fittingly just great stories. Senior captain for Breck, Tyler Lidstrom, put them up 1-0. Senior night, trying to get to the state tournament, his last chance. And then a senior, Jeff Linna, defenseman, captain for the Tigers, he ties the game at 1 apiece. So the two strong senior captain defensemen get the scoring started, and then it was the amazing junior Chase Ellingson. He gets the second goal, puts them up 2-1. He's the leading scorer for Breck. And then who answers but the sophomore, the leading scorer for Delano in Ben Myers. And what a big goal for him, with Ben Myers getting his 20th of the season. What a way to do it.
Well, I'll tell you what here, it's hard to predict who's going to score. It usually tends to be an unheralded player, one who's really worked hard but doesn't get many goals, all of a sudden gets the break to bury it. It's for all the marbles. It's for a trip to the state tournament here.
Off the draw, Breck controls. Lidstrom goes cross ice looking for Ellingson. It goes off his stick. Linna wins the race to the puck, ties it up along the far side. Escala tries to get it out. Now Linna does, as it's deflected to center. Delano's at full strength. A big hit by Miller at center ice. And Lidstrom is down hurt. I don't believe it was a cheap shot, though. I mean, he came out of the bench. Lidstrom just didn't expect it. I don't think he went after the head. Let's take a look. Nah, clean check. It's unfortunate that Lidstrom didn't see him, but it was a pretty clean check, Dan.
Yeah, it did look pretty cheap. No cheapness there at all. It was a clean check. You just got to have your head up. Sometimes you don't have your head up no matter how much you're trying.
And Brady Miller gets sent to the penalty box.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And in overtime hockey, and goes, oh boy.
Brady Miller came out of the penalty box 5 seconds ago when he's right back in. And this is on a night where the referees have really swallowed their whistles. They have let play on. Delano got tripped twice in the third period. No call. And this right here.
There was no elbow involved. No shot to the head. Nothing the bad call. I'm sorry, it was just a bad call. Period. You can't be giving one team an advantage in these overtimes like that either. My gosh. You got, like you said, they've been putting the whistles away, letting things go. Now you're not in overtime? I don't blame Coach Anberger. He should be furious right now. Look at this. Hands are in tight.
It's a shoulder-to-shoulder check.
Yeah.
It's just that he didn't see him. I mean,
you can't guarantee the guy's going to have his head up all the time. It happens. Wow. Well, you know, and I'm just going to say it. I've watched a lot of hockey games in my life, so Referees have made some real iffy calls here, and frankly have not made the right ones.
These referees have had a tough last couple of overtime sessions, I can tell you that.
I can tell you that, no question. All right, well, we'll see if the Tigers got it in them to kill off this power play.
Miller gets called. I can't really hear what the penalty is. I assume it's roughing. Oh, good battle on the far side of the rink there by Lina to get that puck out. Here comes Brian Hallinan down the left side, just misses! Brian Hallinan nearly sent Delano home happy. Here comes Blake down the left side. Blake enters the Delano zone. Todrek shot, hits the side of the net. Oh boy, that was a close one. Now Ellingson stick handles, gets away from Oja, now to the point. Ellingson gets it back in the corner to Lidstrom, who's right back on the ice. Wasn't hurt anyways. Ellingson, chance right there. Lidstrom at the left point, walks it to the middle, plays it back down low. Shot off the post! Scott was inches away from putting Breck in the state tournament. Now Scott gets it back, fires again. This one blocked by Oja. Race for the puck there, and Escola sends it all the way down. Lidstrom, who got hit about a minute ago, is down on the ice for quite some time. Hurried back onto the ice for the power play. He's out there now. Delano dumps it right back into the zone.
I'll tell you what, the difference here right now has been the body blocking of shots by the Tigers here that have really done the job on this penalty kill here for you. They've done a masterful job the whole game blocking shots.
Mack let a shot right out, and Rizzardi makes a blocker save. Boy, they're really firing shots at Rizzardi now. Rizzardi's save total now approaching 40. 38 saves in tonight so far for the Tigers' senior goaltender. Macklett with the puck at center ice, centers it out front there. Cruz steps up, breaks it up. They're at full strength. The Tigers have killed off yet another penalty. Here comes Delano, a chance, wrap around a tip. Paulson does a great job of going to the ice and blocking that centering feed. Macklett gets the puck now. Skates it up and out of the zone, across the red line. Down the left side on Cruz, shot. Rizzardi makes a blocker save, rebound into the corner. After it goes Heidemann to the point for Weigel. His shot goes off the side of the goal. Seems like Breck is just kind of teeing off right now, Dan.
Well, they've been told, the same thing. I would have told them the same thing too. Shoot, 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 shoot.
Macklett on a wraparound. And Delano's able to clear it out. Good defensive effort there from Gabe Hallinan. Lidstrom back in his own zone to retreat. Lidstrom is going to go up the left side, goes back to Weigel. Oh, a turnover in front! Hedrick comes out and he covers up. Oh, a chance there for the Tigers.
Well, Hedrick had to be on top of that. That just got knocked down. And Hedrick makes a nice move there, missed it first, and then gets on top of it with his glove. Boy, that could have been a critical mistake. That was close. But Tigers done a heck of a job here with really 2 straight penalty calls that they've killed off. 4 minutes straight of killing off penalties. Done a great job of it. Now we'll see if they can mount an offense and put a test on Hedrick and see if he can make some saves.
Escola wins the faceoff. Backhands it to the middle. Paulson there to deny that centering feed. And now here comes Ellingson racing after it. Cruz tries to win the race to the puck. He gambles and they call no offsides. Puck goes back down into the corner. Ellingson catches it down there. Husband with it in the corner. Gets some help from Ellingson. Ellingson to the circle. Paulson has that puck skip under his stick. Took his eyes off it as he looked to see what he was going to do with it. Now Delano brings the puck to the line. Paulson flips it all the way back down into the Tigers zone. Nate Myers will chase it down for Delano. Myers reverses it to the other side for Lina. Lina skates it up the left wall. A centering pass there. Too far for John Kiernan. And we'll have a face-off back inside the Delano zone. 12:47 to go in the second overtime session.
A good idea by the Tigers. They're really trying to stretch the ice and get it out. He's trying to hit the second man high coming out through the neutral zone. Really break low and put some pressure on the Breck defense here. Maybe cause a 2-on-1 or a 3-on-2, but kind of missed. Went in for an icing. I'm okay with those types of plays, though. At least you're making a win opportunity rather than playing too conservatively.
Off the face-off, Breck wins but throws it down into the corner. Race for the puck to the near wall here. And it's Parrish who ties it up and is able to play it back to the point. Strom plays it back down behind the goal. Now it's Parrish, centering feed, puck sitting up front. And Ben Myers comes to the rescue for Delano. He headbands it to John Kiernan, who comes into the zone 1-on-3. Kiernan circles away and looks for some help. Now the puck gets run around to the far side here. And it's scooped up by Scott, who banks it off the boards. It ends up right on Parrish's stick, but he couldn't quite handle it. Delano on a change. Weigel pumps it up ice. His shot misses well wide. Now a shot goes off the side of the goal. As Heidemann pulled the trigger from a sharp angle. Now Weigel holds the left point. Keeps it into the zone. Heidemann dumps it back down into the corner. Blake tried to center it. Gets it right back on his stick though. And now into the corner it goes. Delano will reverse it where Carl Peterson scoops it up. Peterson banks it off the boards and out of the zone. Parrish wins that battle, plays it to the Breck blue line. And here comes Ellingson into the zone. Ellingson, nice defensive effort by Escola to rub him off the puck. And out comes the Tigers. It's Gabe Hallinan. Oh, and a shot there by Escola goes over the net. And Breck's able to play the puck up through center. And icing is waved off.
Well, Hedrick went down a little early that time. That's a little scary. He was down before that shot came off. They're going to go high on him, and that'll leave an opening. He's got to be aware of that.
Hallinan keeps the puck into the zone. Brian Hallinan circles, centering feed there, intercepted. And racing out of the zone comes Husband. He gets across center and dumps it right back into the Tiger zone. Puck works its way back to the point now. Shot through traffic. Rosardi sees it clean, falls backwards to secure the puck. And will the face-off upcoming in the Delano zone.
Well, so far, most opportunities for Breck, but nothing clean. We'll see it come through here.
Ooh, that took quite a tip, huh?
Yeah, that almost found 5-hole.
Well, Rosardi, with that save, has 40 on the evening. Delano can't clear it. Shot in front. Scott couldn't get much on it. And Delano comes back out through center. Here comes Ben Myers. Centering feed. It sits out in front. To the point it goes. A shot from Peterson. That trickled wide. Puck gets raced to the far side. Dumped right back into by Ben Myers, and the Tigers will get a line change.
Nice play by Ben Myers there. You know, to get a change and stepped up and took a little bit of a chance, and it worked out really good.
Here comes a chance.
Oh, yes.
Macklett and the Mustangs are called off sides as they enter the zone with a pretty good head of steam.
Now there's a situation where, you know, the 15 for Breck. Macklett, you know, just frustrated, tried to hit the puck away. That's a penalty in the regulation game.
Yeah. Off the draw, Delano wins it. They bank it off the near wall. Hallinan plays it up for Escola. A little bit too far, though. Here comes Breck back into the zone. Heidemann's shot gets blocked. Ellingson turns and rips a slap shot that gets blocked. Miller's able to play the puck up out of the zone. Chasing after it goes Nick Strom. Nick Strom will bank it up the boards. Didn't get the best bounce, but Hallinan was not able to capitalize on that for the Tigers. Brian Hallinan tying it up in the corner, getting some help now from Escola. Puck comes out as Heidemann controls it. Heidemann gives it to Blake. Here comes Blake up through center. Blake dangerous with the puck on his stick. Leaves it right there for Heidemann, who just fired wide. Breck's able to put the puck back down into the corner. The Tigers, however, take it away, and they're able to clear the puck out of the zone. And the Mustangs will regroup. Weigel off the near side boards as Breitenfeld dumps it in. Back to get it is Oja. Oja swings it around the near wall. Long pass up out of the zone. Here come the Tigers. Left circle shot, saved there. As Hedrick, who's not seen as much action as was already in the overtime sessions, secures that one.
Well, nice play there by number 22, Gabe Hallinan. Just very patient, took his time, didn't rush it, waited till some of his teammates got in the zone, and he got it on net. And even if it doesn't go in, now they got to face off in the zone. It's so important in overtime to get every single puck on the net. Don't miss it. Get it on net. Something strange can happen, or your guys can come in and get a rebound.
Puck goes back to the point. And Nate Myers made an errant pass there as he was looking to go back to the left point for Cruz. Now the puck gets bouncing into the corner. Paulson goes after it. They played up the right wall here. Delano's able to keep the puck into the zone for a moment, but that's Weigel who dumps it high off the glass and out. Now Myers goes back to Cruz. Cruz, nice headman pass as the Tigers come up through center. Got caught up a little bit at the blue line. Now they'll regroup. Cruz trying to find that red line. Dumps it, but Weigel's able to pick that out of midair. Now a long pass up ahead, and I don't think Scott realized how open he was. If Scott would have caught that pass clean, he could have had a chance. Now Parrish plays it to the point. Quick one-timer from the point. That gets deflected nicely by Cruz into the corner. Ellingson gets away from a check. Ellingson always dangerous. Down in the corner, plays it to the point for Strom. He one-times it right back to him, but Oja able to fight off the forecheck of Ellingson, clears the puck out of the zone. Now Strom banks it off the near boards, and Delano tries to bring the puck back in. Here comes John Kiernan. Kiernan shot, gets his own rebound! It goes right through the crease.
Golden opportunity there. You didn't think so from a bad angle, but Joe, you and I have seen those go in from there.
Oja back to get it for the Tigers. Plays it up and out of the zone. It gets deflected to the Breck blue line. Lidstrom with it. Plays it up the near side for Scott. Banks it off the boards. Into the zone they come. It's Husband down the left side, works his way to the middle. Oh, he nearly put this one away. Heidemann cycles it back down low. Scott, nice centering feed there, but it's intercepted by Lahman. And then Lahman plays it up into the student section of the Tigers for a stoppage of play.
See a great opportunity here by Kiernan coming in, and he gets it right in there.
If that would have hit his pad, it could have deflected right in.
And then Husband coming through here. Nice play, getting in tight. Almost got short side on that one. You never know. Oh boy.
Nathan Peterson will wrap it around the boards. And here come the Tigers into the zone. It's Brian Hallinan. Nice little drop pass there. He found Brady Miller. Brady Miller centers in front. There's a chance.
Oh my gosh. How close can he come without scoring?
Peterson goes D to D. But Cruz had left the zone. The Tigers almost just earned their first trip to the state tournament.
Boy, that point-to-point thing, don't bother. Get it down deep. Don't mess around up on that blue line, Tigers. Get it down deep. Work it from there.
Paulson will chase the puck all the way back down into the Breck zone. Carl Peterson on the forecheck. Paulson skates it out cleanly. Then throws the puck up to the Delano blue line. Myers had it on a stick, but had it taken right away. Good defensive play by Strom. Here comes Ellingson down the left side. Ellingson had it poked away by the senior captain, Jeff Linna. Now to the point, Paulson, shot gets blocked in front, and then it's Ben Myers with it. Myers finds Peterson. Peterson, here comes Linna jumping into the play, trying to pick his spot. Linna skates it into the zone, but has it taken away. Now on the forecheck, it's Lahman down behind the net. He gets taken down by Strom. And it comes free to Blake. Up to Ellingson. Ellingson looking up the middle there for Gamer. That puck skipped over his stick. Breck gets a line change. John Kiernan can't quite control that puck. And flipping it in there is Chad Oja. And Ellingson goes down hard behind the play. Puck gets played off the glass. A nice job done by Nate Myers to play that with his hand and then get after it first, because otherwise it would have been a hand pass had anyone else played it. Into the corner it goes. Trying to dig it free is Gabe Hallinan. It goes all the way up to the blue line, now out of the zone. And the Tigers will turn it back to the Breck zone. Long pass out by Lidstrom to Breitenfeld, who dumps it in. Breck is off sides. They'll have to tag up here before we're going on the forecheck. Now the putt goes off a Breck stick and all the way into their zone, so the icing will be waved off. Back to get it there is Strom. He plays around the near side. Catching it is Macklett. He looks cross ice for Husband, who is streaking, but they just couldn't connect. Couldn't quite connect. And with 4:19 to go, we'll have a face-off back inside the Breck zone.
Get a look at this opportunity here. Just a lot of hard work here. Delano gets it back in front and two Tigers in front. Oh, it just came so close to ending it.
Tell you what, that was the defensive effort of Tyler Lidstrom in front that tied up that Delano forward.
Yes.
Not allowing his stick to get free.
In this overtime,
a shot right on!
Both of these have been playing exceptionally well in this overtime.
Linna keeps the puck in at the right point. He's on his backhand, so he can only kind of flip it back down into the corner. Fight for the puck. Linna takes a chance, pinches, and here comes a rush. Husband down the left side finds Ellingson, shot right on! And Cruz was able to quickly react and play that puck into the corner as fast as he possibly could. Now Blake to Husband. Husband, his shot gets deflected, so it goes wide. Pinching down is Weigel. Into the corner it goes for Blake. Blake finds Weigel open at the point. Weigel, his shot's gloved out of midair.
Get a good look at this opportunity by Ellingson here. Just kind of what good pad save, but the rebound was out of control. He got it off to just to the right side before another Breck Mustang got to it.
.3:15 to go in the second overtime. Buck gets blanked out of the zone, and Breck will turn it right back in. Here comes Ben Myers out of the zone. 1-on-2, puts a shot right on. A save made by Hedrick. Pretty easy one for the Breck goaltender. It's all about that rebound, and he was able to push that rebound far into the corner.
And that good news is, though, he got it on net. Get it on net. Make him make the save.
You never know, as you say, right?
Exactly. Oh,
what a move by Carl Peterson! Oh, and a poke check at the last second by Lidstrom. Boy, has he been good tonight. Here comes Delano right back into the zone. It's Daniel Kiernan. He throws it on goal. Daniel Kiernan chases it back down now. Buck gets played to the wall. Dumped right back down into the corner by Gabe Hallinan. And that's Weigel who spins away from the forecheck. Goes right up the wall for Blake. Nice breakout. Here comes Blake. 2-on-4 into the zone. His shot scores! Buck is on to the state tournament.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Wow. That's why they call it sudden death and sudden victory. Just a heck of a shot from the outside. And just beat Rosardi. Just beat him. And like I said, that's why you put the puck on the net. Sometimes they make the save, sometimes they go in. We get a good look at this. Nice run down here. Blake coming through and just ripped it and got it past him. Let's get a good look at this shot here. A little bit of a screen there. Boy, it was on him really quick. Looks like it went right under his right arm and in, and oh my gosh. And the Breck Mustangs are going back to the state tournament and make another run at a state championship. What a game, Joe, huh? My gosh. You feel bad for the Tigers.
You do feel bad for the Tigers, but in these situations, you know, one team moves on and one team doesn't, and that's what makes it so special.
That's right.
If everyone got to go, it wouldn't be as special as it is.
Absolutely. And they played their hearts out, too. It looked so dire for them in regulation. All of a sudden, they stepped up and started putting some pucks in the net, got it all tied up, got themselves in an overtime situation, played very, very well. Nothing to be not proud of.
I felt good about Will Blake. He played an incredible game here tonight. He gets a big assist on the Ellingson goal. He was the heart of a lot of the offensive chances here tonight, and a wicked snapper there beats a goaltender, Tyler Rosardi, who has nothing to hang his head about here tonight.
44 saves. 43 saves.
The Breck Mustangs are the Section 2A champions, and they are on to the state quarterfinals in St. Paul next week at the St. Paul, the Xcel Energy Center. We are going to hear from the champions and close things up here. We'll be right back. You're watching Section Championship Hockey on 12 Sports.
You watch Channel 12 at home. Why not on the go? Channel 12 is online at 12.tv. Watch on your phone, on your tablet. Channel 12 is your local source wherever you go. Just log on to 12.tv. Check out our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, and even watch live events via live stream. So don't wait. Stay up to date with Channel 12 and 12.tv, your local source.
In an instant classic, the Breck Mustangs are going back to the state tournament. We're joined now by a couple of the heroes. I gotta imagine you guys are pretty tired after a game like that, and you got a lot of ice time at the end, but what brought you through when the games was getting kind of tough there and long, but you guys keep on fighting through and get that win? What does it feel like?
It feels great. You know, you just dream about jumping on the glass with the fans, and nothing beats that feeling. So I think we're just all motivated by, we all want that. So I don't think there was any way we were going to let them take it from us.
You being a senior captain, you guys got to this point last year and it kind of slipped away a little bit. What does it mean now to get through and break through this time?
Oh, I still have nightmares about that game. So if it would have happened again, I don't know what I would have done with myself. So I got this guy next to me. He pulled through for us.
Early on in the game, you know, you guys were getting a lot of shots on goal. You outshot them 10-1 in the first period, but you weren't really getting it on the scoreboard. You took it upon yourself, jumped up into the offense. Talk about your goal.
You know, I was just trying to make something happen. We needed a break, and I was trying to get a rebound shot because I saw we had Heidemann coming in from the high slot. So I was trying to generate a rebound, but the goalie was foot off his post, so I figured why not take the chance, and it just bounced my way.
All right, you were part of the senior class that gets you back to the state tournament. When you chose to go to Breck, this is a team that's used to going to state. What was it to talk about this year and getting through this moment, and what are you guys thinking about next week?
You know, right now I'm just looking to celebrate with my guys, but you know, obviously our goals don't stop here. We want to keep going. We want to keep this momentum, and we look to make a run in St. Paul.
All right, Tyler, thank you very much. Congratulations. Now we're joined by the game winner, the true hero in the game, Will Blake, and you know, I kind of had you pegged as one of the guys that might do it. You seem to kind of be picking up. You had a key assist in the third period, but your line was really generating some offense throughout that game.
Yeah, I mean, we've been playing well lately, our whole team, and just did what we had to do and got pucks on net, and they went in. It was a good luck, good bounce.
All right, so talk us through the game winner. You're skating down the right side there, and you got an opportunity to put a shot on. What was going through your head?
Oh, I was just dead tired after second overtime. I just wanted to get back to the bench. I just threw it on net, went up top, and I don't know. I was just too excited. I don't know what to think.
Now, you being a junior, were you on the state tournament team that went to state a couple years ago? And if not, what is it going to be like to go to the X next week?
Oh, I was not. I was the 21st guy, so I stood on the bench and watched all those guys go. And after losing last year, it's just our goal and my goal to get back to the X this year. It's a dream come true, pretty much.
As you told me the goalie was kind of standing on his head a little bit, had a real strong game. What is it like when you feel like you're outplaying a team, but you just kind of can't break through and get that game winner?
I almost thought it was a repeat of last year. We peppered Orono so much, and their goalie played outstanding. This goalie played again, just so good, and we just had to keep firing and keep working and never give up because those bounces would go our way.
All right, the section championship trophy and medal is great, but what's it going to take to be a state champion?
We're just going to have to keep clicking, keep working. We got a few days to get some more practices in, and we're just going to have to play our game.
All right, congratulations. There you have it, the game winner, Will Blake for the Breck Mustangs. They're back to the state tournament after a one-year hiatus after a big double overtime victory here tonight. Well, for the entire Channel 12 crew, for Dan Ficken, I'm Joe Moline. Thanks for watching 12 Sports.